Alright, yo, what is going on, everyone? Can we see this?
Right.
What is going on, everyone? So, I am finally back from work. I am like in orders of magnitude more fucked up than I was, like, in the fucking first stream. Like, I legit made a little live stream as soon as I saw this. I had to get to work. Legit like 30 minutes after that notification popped up. But when I saw this video, motherfucker, I had to react to it immediately. So I reacted to like, what, a minute and a half. It's like, we sort of get what the whole video is gonna be, more or less. I hope I'm very much wrong on this, but like, basically, okay. Uh, what? Dude, I'm way too high to think about it. Dude, I'm on some fucking Molly, some fucking Xanax now. That shit's probably already started to hit me. But look, let me just try my best to explain this whole situation again. So, basically, this whole thing started with like Idubbbz pretty much just being fucking petty. And like at first, dude, I wasn't really following up with Idubbbz anymore. Like I fucking missed the shit out of him, right? Like whatever, but like he sort of did the same thing that Vsauce did, except Vsauce had a kid and he just has a wife, I guess. But I mean, for whatever the fuck's going on with him, it's like basically, dude, everybody started going off on him, and at first they just seemed like a bunch of red pill fucking retards just going off on him, and it just seemed like, dude, yeah, Idubbbz is sort of just being a petty bitch, I guess. He's just kicking someone off of his event, but like at first I sort of understood it because like this story sort of went, this guy was like throwing jokes at his wife and stuff, and it's like, dude, this is Idubbbz. It's like, if you know Idubbbz, you shouldn't like think you would get in trouble for that type of shit. But like, basically, like I can sort of understand it from his perspective. He's still a petty bitch for it, but it's like. At that point in time, when the like videos started coming out of Idubbbz is fucking over, like when the cancel party like really started at the very beginning. Dude, I was sympathizing with Idubbbz. I was like, dude, this guy is like our king. We're not gonna like throw him under the bus. Motherfucker's human just like the rest of us. It's like we hold him to higher standards. I'm fucking sure that most of us do, but it's like. Yeah, everybody could be a petty bitch sometimes. I guess it's like I'm not gonna be like, dude, Idubbbz is fucking dude. We need a new person for the throne. Motherfucker betrayed us. He was like an asshole. It's like, dude, I can get it. Back then, I could get it from his angle, which is, um, like this was his wife, and we don't really know. Like, I know when you're insulting someone's wife, and like we don't really know how his wife is. Again, like we only know like some stuff from what we see online. I could get that maybe he thought to himself, like this guy is publicly just sort of shit talking my wife, and like there's this whole thing that came with it. I don't know when the simp meme began. There became this whole culture around just Idubbbz his fucking wife, just attacking her, and like I mean, regardless of whether or not it's justified, I don't really care, to be honest. I don't care about Idubbbz's wife. It's like his fucking business too, but like I get why he started getting defensive, and especially I mean not even defensive, but I get why, given that whole thing, like that his wife became a controversial topic when, at least according to him, she's just trying to stay out of all that. Like she doesn't want to get involved. I could get that he would feel like, dude, if I don't do something about this, I don't want to risk like that uncomfortable position that this puts him in, where he's like, dude, I see this guy like shit talking my wife, and like it sort of became a thing now to like take it out on my wife for some fucking reason, and I don't know. I don't want me not doing anything about this to potentially damage my relationship with my wife. Like, what if I don't know? I get it. Making him uncomfortable to think. What does my wife think about this? What if she, I don't know, sees me as like not caring enough about her. Like, I get that type of shit, like him just being in that position and being like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna just be petty because I don't want I don't want my wife to think I don't care about her or whatever. I don't want my wife to take this defensively. Like, it seems, at least from what I've sort of seen, the little bit I've seen of clips of her, that she might be that type of person to like take that type of shit personally. And maybe his wife sort of like forced him to sort of split that sort of the argument that people are making, that like his wife is sort of making him split with this like thing he's always had to not give a shit about anything that anyone says, because but yeah, I don't think or know if that's the case. I mean, the guy probably talks to a bunch of people. He's talked to Vsauce, I'm sure. He talks to a bunch of people that might get him off of the edgy line or whatever. It's like, I don't think it's fair to pin that on his wife, but then I don't have enough info and I don't really care. And I think it's sort of the guy's privacy. I'm not gonna go, but like at the beginning, dude, I'm going on a tangent again. At the beginning, we just thought, yeah, like he sort of was petty. That's very fair to say. He kicked someone off for saying some dumb insult, but I mean, maybe he was concerned about him and his wife's relationship. He didn't want to have that potentially go downhill, so he was like, "Fuck it, I like this is maybe going to damage the event. This isn't fair, but like." But gotta do what I gotta do. I don't really give a shit if I hurt this guy's feelings. I already sort of don't like him because of that. Like, I can get that, but then like what he decided to do in response of that, like when he started getting called out, and at first again I could sympathize with him, but he just threw away all of his fucking channel's premise, pretty much, like everything that everybody follows him for. He was just like, oh yeah, you know why I'm not a hypocrite on this? Because like, yeah, everybody was calling him a hypocrite. Dude, you're the fucking edgelord, and you got offended over some shit. And it's like, he probably got offended on the behalf of his wife, and like didn't wanna potentially get in trouble with his wife again. Like, I could see this being justified, and it just being like some petty shit. It's like, whatever, people do petty shit sometimes. But the way that he defended himself on this was to just throw away everything that he's ever sort of represented with his channel and everything he's stood for. And the problem with this is, and this is the most important thing, dude, all of your audience is on board with this, and you've always been really good at, like, fucking communicating whatever the fuck you have to say to your audience, like, resonating with them. Again, like, this isn't, you've always had the position, oh, well, this is wrong, but I do it anyway. Again, like, I should make, just, juxtapose two clips, him, I think when I finished off, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be late to work, which I probably was. Everybody's fucking late to work in there, but, I mean, dude, I think he was about to address, like, him saying things that were racist, homophobic. He was being racist and homophobic. It's like, he said it himself. Again, like, he wasn't joking, memeing around. This wasn't a... I have to see this now. Let me, dude, this is gonna... Okay, so... I'm sure I can see this. Let me... What did he say about the nigger word? What?
Say nigger. And so the first time I tried to, like, he didn't, like...
At this point, and to be fair, I was planning on being able to work on it for a lot longer, but hopefully you guys were able to get some new insight on the situation, or at least have a couple laughs. To all the preteen girls who attended Tana's event, feel free to click the subscribe button. People didn't get their fucking heads ran over in World War II. They weren't thrown into internment camps. But yeah, but you can't say that one because it's got sort of a... It's guttural. Either all of them are okay, or none of them are okay. But if you try to come online and tell me that I can't say a particular word, but you say words that are just as offensive. In the famous words of Tana Mojo,
kill yourself.
It's literally
dude, the thing is, everybody agreed with you there because you were right. And the thing is, again, you are now saying that all this was racist. No, it's a joke. When you call someone a faggot or a cunt or a bitch, you're not being sexist because bitches, oh, what do you hate women? This was a good fucking point. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'm not a hypocrite because I disagree with all that. You've always, your whole channel, you defended this. And everybody was with you. This was popular because you were right. These people weren't homophobes. How many racists do you know? How many people do you know who are racist? Again, I live in a red state. The only racist I've ever fucking met was online. So, no. There are pretty much no racists. People like Nick Fuentes, they are not, their public image is not great. People don't, look up to that person, but you, why do you think people like Vsauce would collaborate with you? Why do you think they would respect you? Do you think someone like Vsauce would associate with a white supremacist fucking Nazi? Probably. You made anti-Semitic jokes, because again, those are funny. Dark humor is funny to people who watch you. And it's like, that was the whole thing on YouTube. Like, all this, circle, I don't know, fucking Keemstar, Leafy, Grey Dew, all these people. That's the teenage circle. And again, your argument and all of our argument, you didn't indoctrinate us, because he's gonna say that. Dude, there's a long fucking, long fucking intro before I even start this. But yeah, now I have time and I'm fucked up beyond fucking belief. But dude, again, at first this wasn't that bad. Like, oh well, you were being petty, whatever. We get oh well, maybe you were scared about ruining your wife's relationship. What if this sort of made it go? Yeah, you might have thought, well, what if my wife, this makes her think badly of how much I care about her, whatever the fuck. What if she takes offense to that? Again, it's petty. This doesn't go along with, your fucking style, and everybody knows your style. But again, another thing is that you completely refuse to acknowledge that, by fucking, by virtue of you having been in these people's shoes, hence why people are calling you a hypocrite, maybe you could try to understand these people. This person you kicked off, oh well, according to you, you aren't a hypocrite, because now you recognize that all that's wrong, you've changed, and people change, and now you condemn people for doing bad things, even if you used to do bad things, now you recognize that it's bad in it, yeah, why shouldn't you move forward if, you see that your position used to be bad and now you've, made it better? Why would you just double down on a position But then, again, your entire audience, for one, agrees with you. They're on board with you. You sort of forgot that, oh, well, you moved on. You have to refute your other position, letting us know, oh, well, I've changed. I'm no longer like that. I no longer agree with y'all. When we all agreed with you, you made sure to explain yourself, to back up what you were saying. You didn't just randomly say this shit, and everyone sort of knows it's, again, you didn't do that, and at the same time, not only should you be able to empathize with your audience and understand, hey, what you owe them isn't just you restating what you said in the old video that, oh, well, now you think all that stuff's bad and being mean to people online is bad. No, if you really think that, you should debunk your previous argument refuting this new position that you have, because this new position, you've refuted it in pretty much every video, very much included your Idubbbz thing. This stuff you're saying, it's racist. People are not racist, but people agreed with you. You had massive support on that. Why do you think that is? Well, because people agree that yeah, so saying one word, oh, well, that word, you can't say it. The virtue signaling, that is what makes it a big deal. Again, like, curse words. Why do people say curse words? Because your parents tell you not to fucking say them. And you say, and again, this isn't a big deal. You explained to us why it wasn't a big deal, and we all agreed with you, and now we still all agree with you. If you're making this video, it's because you can tell that we still all agree with you. You explained to us why you were right. Now you have to explain to us why you were wrong back then. That's the least you get. And I feel like, dude, I'm just fucking repeating myself. I've probably said this again and again, but this is sort of where we're at right now. So I think that gave you a huge fucking huge fucking. I need to shut the fuck up right now. But let's just see this again and see what he has to say.
For a while,
huge
I
fucking
felt
dialogue
like
right there.
if I changed my content over time.
Oh, and let me go get my vape too, kids. Oh wow, it's right there. That means it wasn't fucking charging. I'm killing myself.
That people would see that as a reflection of.
By the way, I'm guessing I have. Oh shit! I actually have had 4 views. Yeah. Also, do you have the energy to stream to say, oh, I don't know, Xanax? Fucking somehow, I am functioning despite Xanax? I have no clue, dude. I definitely want to keep that open. Okay, so that I for example, don't need that. So what I'm gonna do, oh well, it's right here. That way I can just click on that and like that. And I could go onto different accounts, but by then I'd probably be fucking drooling, because it did take some Xans.
Who I am.
I'm wondering how the fuck
what
I'm still
I value.
functioning.
But
yeah,
I'm starting to realize that is a very weak and passive way to, you know, run my channel and live my life. So I think it's, you know, if I'm gonna.
I know you sort of said in the last video that like you're sort of just reiterating on here. Like as far as I've seen, you're just reiterating it. But you sort of said in that last video that you separated those, how you live your life and operate your. Yeah, you leave that to the vloggers, how you live. It's like you don't need to bring that in there, right? I mean, dude, and again, this was your line of humor. This was your punchline, and people found it funny. Like this, again, as I said in my last stream, people didn't see you as they saw Joseph Costello. Keemstar, all these people, they had a problem with Joseph Costello, who made just as funny as you, right? But like pranks, except it wasn't fake. He would go up to people and be actual fucking assholes to them in a funny way. Like as he said on Keemstar, dude, I'm a funny dick. And Grade A said, but you're not funny. And the reason why Grade A took that position is because making that laugh at others' expense when they're just trying to go by their lives, they can't just get out of that situation because they're like some worker at fucking, like, some fast food who you're pranking saying, oh, you put a fucking condom in my burger. What the fuck? I might sue you or whatever the fuck he said. That type of shit when you see him just being an absolute cunt to people. That's in real life. These people, they could walk away. They shouldn't have to fucking walk away. They're in a public space. The internet, you can say whatever you want. And, especially like this circle of the internet where you are, the people who find themselves over there, it's like, who goes here? Edgy fucking teenagers. People, when you're in your teenage years, you tend to want to be edgy. You tend to want to say whatever the fuck you want. Your parents tell you, oh, you can't curse. That's why you say curse words. Especially don't say nigger. That's why you especially like saying nigger. Yeah, all this stuff is stupid. You can't say this fucking bad word. It's so bad. And on top of that, you're racist if you, say it, but specifically if you're the wrong race, because only the supreme black race could say it, because otherwise that's racist. You know, and guess what? Yeah, I would agree with your old self that would say, hey, I don't know, yeah, let me go tell the next black person that I see drinking from my water fountain to stop being racist and appropriating my fucking white culture. Because, yeah, that's fucking racist. Oh, well, look at these people who were your ancestors, who look at what they did to me. I mean, to my ancestors, not me, because I wasn't born. All I have to share with them is, well, fucking identity, my skin color. That's all I have to share with them. That's all you have to show the people who abuse the people I've known to share with. But well, look at what they did to them. Look at what you did to us. Actually, that's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, like let's flip that around. Look at what your ancestors stole from my ancestors' store. How dare you show your face in a store? You thief. Yeah, that would come off as racist, but the other way around, huh? I don't know. Maybe that's just dumbass shit, and maybe continuing to do that dumbass shit to like not not tolerate this stuff coming from both sides when who cares? It's fucking weird. It's a word. You making a big deal out of it will make that word be used when normally like who cares? It's like who would need to employ that word in the like normal daily life. Like that's not really a word that's typical in your language because it's not a word that comes up a lot. But if you make it a bit, oh, you can't say that word. Well, who would even say that word in general when they're speaking? Like, it's just not a word that's common. Oh, well, now it is because you fucking made it so. Like, great fucking job. You pretty much said that and you were right. Like, you can't just, back off from an original position you had that was right, that you explained in detail. Back off from that to an audience of people who watched all of your previous videos defending that original position. You still agree with it. Yeah, like, you know your audience. Are you going to fucking debunk this?
Have the balls to go to Tana's fan meetup and say slurs at her and then make a video about how it's okay to say slurs. I think I should have the balls to make an apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I've made.
And again, mistakes you've made. This isn't, if you're going to take accountability, as I said in my last stream, because I'm still at that point. Dude, explain to us. You've got accountability over your fan base. If you want, like, you are going to say later on, I indoctrinated so many people into what, fucking white supremacy or some bullshit? I'm guessing it is probably where you're going. Dude, how much CNN have you been fucking watching anyway? Like, motherfucker, if you saying, oh, I take responsibility for indoctrinating those people, well, you made damn convincing arguments. So convincing, in fact, that, well, it must have convinced Vsauce. Like, I don't fucking know, either that or he had no clue, but if Vsauce, that didn't put a red flag to him with collaborating with you, big time. I don't know, maybe it's because those were jokes. No one should take it seriously. It's jokes online. If you don't like being poked fun at, well, maybe you shouldn't have been online, because if you're a kid, maybe you should go dig with a spoon in your backyard until you grow up here, and then go online. And if you ever, I don't know, happen to realize, oh, well, I didn't grow up here yet. What the fuck am I doing online? I'm having a fucking tantrum over someone making fun of me. Well, I don't know, maybe go back to your fucking garden and take your spoon back out and dig deeper in your hole. That's a better idea. That's a good position. That used to be your position. That's still all of our position. How do you not see this?
So that's what this video is. I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity.
No, you need to be crystal clear about why you used to be wrong. We know what, like, that's why we're sort of criticizing you, because we're starting to realize what you now believe. Like, you've made that clear. You have to, like, when we say you owe us an explanation, it's not an explanation as to what. We've sort of understood what's going on. That's why we're throwing a fucking tantrum over it. Because we don't like it. And your positions mattered to us.
I am responsible.
You're the nigger faggot lord, we? Dude, as you said in this video with Coiffine, but it was about gay retard. But now I think this extends very much to the nigger faggot thing. We earned that, okay? We earned the right to say nigger faggot, okay? Okay, let me find that. Shut the fuck up. Stop. Yeah, dude.
Imagine
Okay,
if you
YouTube ads are
Kickstarter
just...
crap, where are they now? In today's episode, we're going to feature Coiffine, who... My people fought to use those words, all right? Back in the day, that was a derogatory term, all right? We've flipped it, all right? We've done the flip on it. You should know that better than anyone else, all right?
Yeah, I know, right? And he was saying gay retard, not nigger faggot. Yeah, yeah, dude, again, that was your mindset. Again, that's a good mindset. Why do you...
For creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel.
Hurtful and
And I've
damaging.
also
Dude, have you ever heard the term, what's it called? Yeah, voluntary action does not lead to exploitation. It's basically common sense. If you choose to go online and, act stupid, act like a child when you shouldn't be online if you're a little child, and then someone pokes fun at you because that's what people do on the internet. Maybe you shouldn't have gone there if you didn't want that. But yeah, when people make fun of you and then you keep being a little child, little bitch, pussy, cunt, Jew, nig, and all that, and like, yeah, and people just, yeah, keep poking fun of you at you, like, this isn't a big deal. They should just fucking leave. It's sort of like, oh well, kids could be traumatized if they went on some porn websites. What if kids started going on porn websites? That could traumatize, like, fucking 5-year-olds. Well, I don't know. Maybe then that kid, should we shut down porn websites? Is it morally wrong for porn to be uploaded? Because if kids see it, they'll fucking have a meltdown or whatever the fuck. No. It's like, if you're not mature enough to see that, you get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck are you doing here anyway? Same thing with this. If you don't like it, get out of that environment. People should have the right. People enjoy edgy humor, that type of shit. They should get to have a space to do it where it hurts nobody, and people don't have to join that. And that's why we got to do that. None of these jokes you made were racist. None of this was indoctrination. You weren't the only one saying it. Leafy was saying it. Grade was saying it. You should get to say what. This isn't a big deal. How about let's make jokes and stop being offended by everything? This was popular because it was good and it made sense. Like, you backing down from this. Yeah. This is just not gonna help you at all. You're not gonna connect with anyone.
exposing 5 hidden features of Whoop. Now, if you don't know,
Of
Whoop
fucking Whoop 4. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I am guessing that I don't
is a
care.
health and fitness wearable that acts as your own personal coach. It gives
Oh
you
my
actionable
God.
feedback on a daily basis, essentially telling you
Oh, it's
exactly
like fucking Cleverbot. You could just do the same thing with Cleverbot, actually. I just realized that's fucking cool,
what to
dude.
do each day. All right, let's get into it. Hidden feature number 1. Say goodbye to that annoying
Oh, it's gonna tell me to fucking, like, eat and, like, work out and shit.
alarm
It's
clock.
gonna
Whoop
tell
has a
me,
built-in
yeah, you need to work out today.
haptic alarm.
Oh.
It'll give you a gentle buzz on your wrist in the morning when it's time
Yeah,
to bed. The
that
best
sounds like fucking Ken, so I don't want to hear
part
that
is it
noise.
doesn't wake your partner sleeping next to you. Speaking of sleep,
Your partner say, dude, as if whoever would use that wouldn't be an
hidden feature
incel.
number 2 is that Whoop will tell you down to the exact minute how much sleep
Oh
you
my god, as if anybody had time to check
at
that.
night based on how active you were throughout the day. Hidden feature number 3 is that you can broadcast
Yeah, anybody
your
with
heart rate
time
from
to check that is definitely
Whoop
single.
to other devices. During your interactive cycling classes, you can see in real time your heart rate, so you don't have to take your eyes off.
Dude, you could just, like, fucking cycle. If you're trying to lose weight, you could just say you don't have to do all that.
off the screen. Hidden feature number 4 is that if you flip your phone from vertical to horizontal mode, you're going to be able to see an overview of your heart rate throughout the entire day.
Oh
Hidden
my,
feature number
dude, as if anybody who would download all this shit just to work out would be smart enough to interpret a graph, what it means for their heart.
5, if you want to share your Whoop stats, you no longer need to screenshot, send, delete. You're able to share your Whoop stats through the app directly to other apps.
So if you want to brag about like some graphs and shit and nobody cares, nobody's gonna look at it, dude, you could even do that, like, even like normally you just take a screenshot. Well, you could like do that in a like more epic or practical way or whatever, like as if that didn't already just take 3 seconds.
Or a variety of other options.
Yeah, you could be a degenerate in like two seconds instead of 3. That's amazing, dude.
Apathy
Okay, anyway,
and,
back to
I don't
this.
know, a lot of
Dude, I love making fun of ads. I've always loved doing that.
as well. Like, you know, some of the videos I've made have
Okay, let's.
and damaging content on this.
Dude, you know what? I am going to take I've got some Ritalin, motherfuckers. Should I snort some? I should definitely snort some. I'm gonna a very small amount, dude. A very, very small amount. 'Cause I am trying to go to sleep after this. Yeah, that's not gonna work, fucking is it? Wow, I'm sorta not smart anyway. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do this, cause what's on it? Where's my thing? Okay, here it is. Now I have bro, now this stuff hits better than anything else could. This stuff will make me actually less stupid temporarily, which is good. I mean, that is hard to achieve. Yeah, if I hadn't had this prescription pill prescribed to me, I would probably have, like, ended up doing meth on the fucking streets. So many people trying to take these meds away from us. It's like, they have no idea how much damage they are doing to people. Maybe they do. It's like this whole fucking virtue signaling thing about, oh, medication is so, oh, this is so dangerous. The fucking Adderall is so dude, I hate how people overhype how dangerous this shit is. It's like, I got supposed to like 20 milligram tablets of Ritalin, dude. You will feel one. You take one, especially for the first time. Dude, the first time I took that shit, dude, I spent 4 hours straight just fucking scrubbing shit. Just scrubbing shit. My entire room was like, fucking, dude, it was, bro, it was glistening. It was so fucking unnecessarily clean. And, dude, since then, I've literally, I'm prescribed for a day. I used to do that. This was really fucking bad, but I would take my entire prescription, 120 pills, within, like, 3 to 5 days. And I would not sleep for that whole time, but I would do it. It would suck. I really regret having done that, because that's a lot of productivity I didn't get to have, but never died, never came close to having any health condition. And I did that so many fucking times. Like, I wouldn't eat either because it would make me not hungry. Obviously, I'm guessing this isn't healthy, but it's like, fucking, this is so dangerous. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That's like saying that, oh, well, sugar, you know that's a drug. Yeah, if you, like, I don't know, eat more than your daily recommended amount of glucose, motherfucker. Like, I know, 2-3 times. Yeah, you might want to go to the hospital. You're probably gonna fucking, like, be on the ground dying in, like, 5 minutes. It's like, This shit's so insane. Like the overhyped fucking virtue signaling about drugs being. See, it's like fucking ADHD medications. Like fucking what the shit. But anyway, here comes my line. It's like, dude, the drugs. Firstly, that's my prescription pill. Okay, yeah, I can. Anyway, I could fucking do this on stream because it's my fucking prescription pill here. But I don't even think y'all could see the stuff on the like. This isn't drugs. This is a pencil. I mean, it's a pen. So that I can have that on stream. That's all you see. Hell yeah. Dude, it's like, I don't know if the fact that I can't shut the fuck up is like my enemy or my friend in being a YouTube commentator on politics. It's like, thing is, I can't shut the fuck up, but a lot of the time what I'm saying has like no productive value in the sense that like some only has productive value when you say it once. I tend to forget that I like said the same shit like fucking 10 times, and it's for example, the word like. I look back on my shit a lot and it's insufferable. I know I need to work on not saying like as much. I'm trying to figure out why I'm irrelevant and like a loser so I could fix that, because you know, I'm trying to take personal responsibility seriously, live by my the fucking conservative values or whatever the fuck. I don't really hold a lot of concern. It's like, yeah, I might win. Dude, why am I still talking? That's fucking insane. It's like no one even cares about this anyway. Yeah, that's right. Real that shit, bro. It's been so long since I did that. Dope. There's a little bit left. It's like my doctors literally tell me to do this. Not exactly in this way, but like, yeah, so I'm supposed to do that. In case anyone was wondering, this is... If I hadn't done what I just did, I would be disobeying the doctor's orders. I guess. You'll have a heart attack. Trim the bloat. That is, something I have no idea what the fuck that means, but I will go ahead and check. Bloating. Huh. Oh. Yeah, I've honestly calmed down a lot on the drinking, so... I haven't drank alcohol for a long time, but... Anyway, back to this.
And I've also created a culture of apathy and, I don't know, a lot of...
Okay, like... I don't think that was you. I think that's everybody in that... But this wasn't a... Dude, people were leaning towards that. Teenagers always like to be edgy. They tend to like to be rebellious, and you can call that bad, gay. Sure, it's not as productive as say. Well, maybe they should study fucking math and computer science and like astrophysics. I don't know. Maybe try to do more productive shit in their free time. Maybe they should have better passions, better like things to entertain themselves in watching you, I guess. Like PBS Space Time or 3 Blue 1 Brown, or better fucking channels to watch if you want. But like, dude, some people enjoy edginess. Some people enjoy like you making jokes at the expense of other people, and pretty much all of humor, when you think about it, like almost all of it comes down to making fun at others' expenses to some extent. There are some, like, word plays, I guess, but, like, most of it, to some big extent, it comes down to that. That's a big part of what people find funny. And like, you doing that, it's a joke. You don't mean any, you don't have any ill will towards it. When you say these things that you will call racist and homophobic, it's not racist or homophobic. You don't claim to be racist or homophobic. Everybody knows you're not. Everybody knows it's a joke. It should be taken lightly because, like, fucking no shit. Why would anyone care? This is a waste of, like, energy to be fucking wasting.
Cruelty as well. Like, you know, some of the videos I've made have been very not edgy. I don't think they you know.
Yeah, no cruelty. Fucking apathy I can get, but dude, I will watch your videos, watch Leafy's videos, be that way online, and then offline, I'm nice to everyone. In fact, I've never gotten in a fight over anything. Like, I will act that way online, I won't act that way offline. Because you have a different behavior online and offline. Because online, you're sort of in a, like, in that circle where everybody around you, there's sort of general consensus in that community that most of the people there, they just want to fuck around. And it's, dude, when you have free speech, people want to get offended because people like saying shit that offends people, especially within the, like, that community, and people enjoy that. That should get to be a thing if no one's like gonna have to be hurt by it, and the only people who might be hurt by it are the people who choose to be hurt by it because they choose to come here when this is what there is here. Like, you making fun of at other people's expenses online, there's nothing wrong with that because people like it. It's that space. Like, if you don't want to be into all that, if you don't want to be involved, if you don't want to possibly falter all this shit, you don't have to be in that space. And again, like, different people like different things. Edgy teenagers, this tends to appeal to them, and making such a huge fuss over it is fucking stupid, and it only encourages this. And yeah, this stuff is funny. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it being funny isn't, like, used as an excuse to back up, oh, well, this is wrong, but I mean, it's funny, so I guess it's worth the comedic value despite the immoral aspect of it. There was nothing immoral about it, and that's why people agreed with you. People weren't outraged over it. Some fucking retards were, and everybody rightfully attacked them for it because that was stupid. It's the internet. The only people who are getting hurt are the people who choose to stay there. But again, like, should porn not be, is porn morally wrong to, like, is it morally wrong for Pornhub to exist? Because, like, what if kids go on there? That could be, like, kids going on Pornhub, that, like, that's not a good thing. Well, maybe they shouldn't fucking be on Pornhub, just like, just snowflake, like, degenerate losers should not, be, on your channel and, checking the shit that, they're getting from your fans who are going to dislike them if they can't handle it. It's like they got themselves in that situation. It's fun, it's entertaining, and there's nothing wrong with it.
These videos were edgy. I think they were
Absolutely nothing wrong. Everybody's always had this intuition on your channel. You've always given that defense. Everybody's gonna stick by it. You're not even challenging that position. Everybody has explained to you why, oh, well, this is, like, this is stupid. Your new position is stupid. But, like, this isn't about, like, you being a hypocrite, right? This is about, this old position was right, and you don't seem to understand that this is what all these people believe, and, like, it's not about whether or not, they understand that you've moved on. They think it's stupid because
cruel.
You were right.
So I don't want people to, you know, get it confused about, you know, where I stand. I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
Again, by what standards? Was it hurtful? Hurtful, malicious? all of that, malicious to who? By what regards? They chose to be exposed to whatever fucking repercussions of this they got exposed to. Because as far as I know, none of your fans showed up to any of these people's houses to like harass them or some shit. If they had, you wouldn't have like been responsible for it. You never encouraged anybody to do that. There are some like horrible people like Mr. Craner who have done similar things. You never encouraged anybody or encouraged anybody to. None of this shit was personal. Nobody should have taken it personal. And if they like had a personal problem with it, again, they were in the wrong territory. This is it. And another thing, like if you, another great analogy. Say you have a problem with drinking. You don't like drinking. You don't like smoking. People who smoke tobacco. You don't like the smell of it. You don't like being around people who smoke. All of that shit. Well, you get invited to a party by like your friends or some shit. Over at that party, all your like they're all smoking because over there that's the rules they chose. They like to smoke. Nobody's hurting one another. They all sort of agree. Yeah, we want to smoke at that party. That's sort of the rules of the game there. Like if other people don't want to smoke, they can go somewhere else. If you go over there, you're invited and like, oh well, you sort of knew beforehand people smoke over there because that's sort of the territory. And you, when you arrive, you're like, oh well, I don't like this. I don't like the fact that there's smoke around here, but I sort of like being at this party. I think this party is fun. I think I deserve to get to stay at this party. I don't think I deserve to, like, have to make that choice of, am I gonna endure this smell that I don't like? Or am I gonna leave the party? I don't really want to do either, right? So, I mean, since I don't want to have to do that, and I'm just going to impose that on everyone else who's just trying to mind their own business and do what they collectively enjoy and agree to do. At the expense of, well, if anybody doesn't like it, they can leave. Is it fair for you to, I don't know, shut down? Is it immoral for those people not to be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna quit smoking, or I'm gonna leave and go smoke? Well, whatever. And if anybody comes in because they want to, and well, they have a problem with me smoking when it's my fucking territory, oh well, yeah, they're the ones who should quit. Again, no, this is what you should expect on the internet from people. If you have a problem with it, you shouldn't be there. That's really it. Like, you're going in the wrong domain, and like there was this compromise we have to make between free speech, being able to have that entertainment value, like making fun of people at the expense of whatever. And it's like, it wasn't even personal, really, what anything that you said that you're repenting for. It's like, dude, what the fuck was I just saying? Getting lost. Okay, let's see. And is it immoral for those people not to be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna quit smoking, or I'm with it, you shouldn't be there. That's really it. Like, you're going in the wrong domain, and entertainment value, like, making fun of people at the expense of whatever. And it's like, it wasn't even personal, really, what anything that you said that you're repenting for. You should expect on the internet. Dude, I think I sorta covered all of this shit. And like, mainly, again, the punchline is you already agreed with all of this position. You went into detail defending that original position. That's why everyone's on board with that. Like, this is what you're, if you're going to hold yourself accountable for this indoctrination, the first step you should take, especially since you know the arguments you made in favor of what you said, that you now like reject were very convincing. Well, since you've apparently had a even more convincing new narrative, maybe you should share that with people, because if I'm guessing if this new narrative is so fucking like just incredible and mind-blowing that it changed your mind when you had such a like rational and like just just part on fucking mindset around all of this shit. Yeah, I think it'd be fair for you to imagine your fans would also probably need that just mind-boggling fucking rebuttal to your old argument, because they all saw that that was convincing. You know, it was convincing because it did well, and fucking hell, like again, you know, white supremacy did not do well. White supremacy isn't tolerated. Your friend, he's really a dipshit, but H3H3, he's super woke and shit. He understood that this was a joke. He understood that this was a joke.
The content I'm talking.
There's a reason why so many people agreed with you. There's a reason why you got all these subscribers who now all agree with you. Nick Fuentes does not have that big of an audience, and even he denies being fucking racist because he knows how bad that looks. Nobody was arguing that you were racist. The whole point of pretending to be racist was like the funniness of, yeah, like we know he's not racist, but we know it's going to trigger a bunch of people. Like again, when you make a racist joke, by essence of it being a joke, that means if it was to be taken seriously, if you weren't joking about a certain statement, that would be racist because it wouldn't be a joke, and like that statement is racist. And the joke is that, well, you don't really believe it, it's just sort of racist. But I mean, again, dude, I feel I'm going on a tangent here. I should let him speak more, but dude, I can barely stand up. The Xanax is holy. Dude, yeah, like I took two fucking Xanax, like 4.5 fucking molly flats. Dude, holy. Actually, my nose is probably gonna be, like, I'm so sorry for, yeah, sort of interrupting this already cancerous stream with some more cancer. Oh, I could see the yellow in there. That's great. But yeah, let me try my best to give this man a chance to speak, so we can not be speaking every like 2 seconds he
cruel,
speaks.
hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
How many people were hurt by it? How many people have a problem with what you did? Again, what you said was so convincing. Let me see. I'm sure we'll want that, so duplicate that.
Yeah, but
She got interviewed by like, I think Agent 40. Like somebody was really trying to like push back against Idubbbz. Like be like, dude, no, all this edgy shit. No, I'm not a part of that. Please don't like all the virtue signalers that are probably in my car. I don't know who the guy is, but dude, someone interviewed her. They were really. They probably like thought off the bat, oh yeah, Tana's gonna still be defensive over that. She's go, yeah, I better on top of that just to appease her and have this like interaction go well. Just really bring down Idubbbz and be like, oh yeah, I disagree with it. I don't really think he's a big deal all that and yeah, she literally someone who had this whole meltdown, this like fucking insane breakdown, just over fucking you know what, dude, I'm so gone. Like, dude, I'm saying like way too much again. Jesus Christ, this insane meltdown. Guess what? She saw the content cop and she reflected back and she was like, dude, actually, he was right. Thinking back on it, this motherfucker was right. I was wrong. And this guy that people, I figured there was this other person apparently, but like this guy was pushing back. He was giving a lead to Ten. He was like agreeing with her, sort of tempting her to go in that direction. He was like leaning into that. Tanner said no. I agree with Ida. He was right. She apologized more or less to him. It took back her actions because they were wrong. And he was right. Did Tanner become a white supremacist? No, she acknowledged that like racism is, this isn't racist. This was just common sense. He made better common sense arguments and he was right. She, the person you're apologizing to, acknowledged that you were right and she was wrong. Jesus, this is 5 years old. This is gross. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna go clean my hands. This is. Oh my god. I feel just walking feels so fucking weird. Well, maybe I should rip this little blunt I have here. Maybe that's a good idea, actually. You know what? Talking about good idea. You know what's a good idea? What I just fucking said to you exactly. Let me little bit. This little bit nice. Oh, that blunt. You go get some more water as well, dude. I gotta be fucking prepared for all this shit. Like fucking yeah, let me prepare like fucking midway through this stream. I've got fucking Down syndrome. But regardless, I am back for the like fucking 20th time, dude. How do I even have one view? I probably don't still have one view, but I will answer all these. Let me see. You really shouldn't do that. Take. Oh yeah, dude. I legit like I used to snort the fuck out of that so much. It never did anything. It's like yeah, I think that stuff is just way over like virtue signaled about but dude, I didn't take it. Dude, I do that regularly. Okay. Yeah. And like, a lot of the time it was just poking fun at people just for the fun of it. I mean, look at Coiffine. The response to Coiffine, that was, like, most of his response to, like, at least more than half of the content in pretty much every video is just him memeing those people. Because, like, responding in the argument, that's sort of not as much his style as the comedy aspect. Yeah, FAP. No idea what that is, but podcasts usually I liked the baited podcast. They should bring that back. Leafy and Jinx. Dude, I can't believe those two people would just like compare or put together in any way. Ten admits that she needed to have been, yeah, like pretty much. I forgot exactly what she said, but she admitted, you were right, I was wrong. And reflecting back on it, I look at the points you made, and they were spot on. What can I say? And she said that to somebody who was actually sort of seeming to try tempting her to go to lean in the opposite direction. He was giving her the like path to like take that. Oh yeah, what Idubbbz did was wrong, but she neglected it. She rejected that. By the way, it was Anis's idea for Idubbbz to say the N-word at Tenacon. Oh yeah, I saw that apparently on fucking H3 podcast. I can't stand H3. It's like, I've always just been so bitter about the fact that Idubbbz would be friends with H3. Like, you know, by the way, just like, dude, I could go on hours about this, but let me just give you the purest example of who H3 is, okay? You know when Idubbbz made that content cop on Racegum? You know, the Jake Paul content cop? Jake Paul's face was the entire thumbnail of that content cop. The title was Jake Paul content cop. Well, guess what Jake Paul did, like, a week after that? Well, he clickbaited, he did, he put Ninja, like, Ninja's face was a part of a thumbnail he made in a video where he apparently didn't talk about Ninja. Like, yeah, basically he clickbaited. Jake Paul committed the sin of clickbait. And so, of course, every H3's gotta talk about that because, I mean, Keemstar's gotta fucking talk about the fact that he got a new car. Because he fucking did. Again. It's like, of course, Keemstar's gonna talk about that. H3's gotta fucking talk about, I don't know, like, this is so immoral, and H3 always takes the fucking moral high ground when he's a degenerate. Fucking, yeah, H3, legit, a week after Idubbbz, his best friend, uploaded, that content cop on Icegum, ironically with Jake Paul, the entire thumbnail and the entire title. And the first thing he admitted in his content cop was, this has nothing to do with, Jake Paul, by the way, you just got memed. The next week, Jake Paul released a video with Ninja being part of the thumbnail. And apparently he didn't talk about Ninja. Well, H3 literally, I guess, booked Ninja a flight to come and be like, sit with him in his podcast so they could have like a 30-minute long fucking feminist type mental fucking breakdown about how fucking despicable, how despicable Jake Paul's, just exploitative actions were of him using Ninja. And it's, like, they went on for, like, 30 minutes. This motherfucker booked someone a plane ticket to come spend, like, 30 minutes, just, like, bitching, like, fucking old ladies with dementia about how they're fucking triggered that Jake Paul did that. A week after H3's best friend Idubbbz did the same thing to Jake Paul, except it was the entire thumbnail and the entire title. So that's basically who H3 is. I could give hundreds of examples. The motherfucker's a complete hypocrite, I guess. Yeah, when PewDiePie, this whole skit that was planned out, he like said these anti-Semitic jokes that were jokes, and then H3, you mean he completely went on his side. Motherfucker's absolutely right. We're y'all fucking retards calling out PewDiePie for this for this like anti-Semitic bullshit. It's fucking jokes, motherfucker. And you know what? I'm not even gonna just say that. I'm gonna speak on behalf of all the fucking Jews here because well, it's fucking H3. Of course he's gonna do that. But well, whatever, I don't know what that is, but thanks for whatever the fuck that is. Anyway, it's like, yeah, H3 went on that shit of like, dude, speaking on the behalf of all the Jews, this isn't offensive and you're a fucking retard. And then, like, after he pretended not to be fucking racist, not like to think, oh well, I don't care who you are, you can make whatever jokes, it's a joke. He then doubled down and said, when PewDiePie, not premeditated, no, he didn't make any racist joke, he just live on stream called someone a nigger. Just an insult. So like some people might call someone a bitch, he called them a nigger. It's like, oh, well, he did that. And H3, ironically enough, when that was sort of a contentious topic for some reason, when that's way worse, like the Holocaust thing, none of that matters because it's a fucking joke online. And if you don't like that, grow a pair, get the fuck back to digging a spoon until you are old enough to grow a pair, then come back. Yeah, like, dude, what the fuck was I saying? Your friend is absolutely right. What y'all fucking not premeditated. No, he didn't make any racist joke. He just live on stream called someone in. Yeah, it's like that thing that is on every level. It's like, what are you gonna say? Oh well, the Holocaust. This is like less of a big matter than like this racist slur because racism is more. Dude, the Holocaust was arguably more like horrible and just gross, fucked up. How Jews were treated was arguably worse than slaves in many circumstances. What happened to them was arguably more horrific in a lot of circumstances. Because like in the slaves, they were like they were degraded. People didn't see them as regular humans. They didn't care about respecting their human rights because they didn't see them as humans. But they just wanted them for exploitation. The Jews, they had legit grown a whole political ideology around these people are horrible people and they deserve they deserve just misery and just suffering because of the shit they were fed, and they did that accordingly. And the Holocaust is way more recent than slavery. So this is more recent too. So by every standard, the PewDiePie shit should have been more offensive. Oh, but guess what? The PewDiePie shit, everybody was on PewDiePie's side, and that thinks people for some reason were like, eh? So yeah, H3, so he's just gonna bounce back and forth. Oh, well, Idubbbz is my friend, everybody likes him, so he does something. Legit, a week later, Jake Paul does the same thing, but less bad by every standard. And, so, big rant about H3, his friend, but even that dipshit, yeah, he never had a problem with you doing that. And he's a virtue signaler. If he thought that people in general would have a problem with that, he wouldn't have done that. But most people are not racist. Most people agree with you because most people don't think this is racist because it's not. It's a joke. By definition of a statement you make being a joke. If said statement is racist, well, by definition of it being a joke, the fact that what you're saying that is supposedly racist, you're joking about it. Like, you don't believe that, so you're not racist by definition of the joke you're making being racist. Because by fucking nature of it being a joke, that means you don't believe
Attention, I'm gonna
this.
be honest. I don't give a fuck about the content
And on
cops.
top of that, if anybody fucking is retarded and as a result of that suffers from hearing what you said, well, firstly they could stop suffering by getting the fuck offline. Clearly it's like better for them to, for everybody else and for them. But also again, what the fuck was I like going on about? Nigga. A whole because by fucking nature of it being a joke, that means you don't believe
Attention, I'm gonna
this.
be honest. I don't give a fuck about the content
And on
cops.
top of that, if anybody fucking is retarded and as a result of that suffers from hearing what you said, well, firstly they could stop suffering by getting the fuck offline. Yeah, it's like this isn't really suffering anyway. Okay, yeah. I have feeling she's forced them to do this. Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, I guess like that nigger thing that was like the biggest thing. He sort of said, yeah, I think I remember him saying, I sort of can't believe I did that to a teenager's event or some shit. Like, maybe it is some, I don't know, accepting my friend will put. Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, I saw that. That's fucking hilarious. Probably you said that earlier. Yeah, dude, Keemstar has made hundreds of videos. I don't think he made 1,000. I don't think he's reached that many. Like, he would make daily videos, sometimes multi-daily videos, literally talking about the fact that Jake Paul uploaded a new video today. It was like, what the fuck? I don't know who Hassan is. That Hassan Abi? I think H3 is definitely worse by any and all standards. Not even up for debate. Let me go get a little bit more with this moment, because I like doing that. Yeah, man. Again, try that. Dude, holy fuck! I just realized that I smoked a fuck ton of weed. Then I did a fuck ton of moly. A fuck ton, and then I took some Xanax. And now I'm just like continuing to fucking snort my prescription pills. So yeah, I was thinking of like just to make it the perfect mix, adding alcohol to all that. But then I thought like, bro, I haven't been drinking alcohol for a decent bit. There's sort of a like good streak that I might want to keep going on. You know, although it'd be really epic to have that too, I'd rather sorta stay away. Dude, should I take Percocets? Like my hydro. Dude, I'll leave. Alright, that's good. I'm so fucked. Concerned about what, dude? I've been doing this for years. So don't worry about me. I have been doing this.
The content I'm talking about
Nothing will
specifically
happen.
are content copy. I think they were just outright, where it, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos, and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons. And
Yeah, that's sort of like that thing with comedy. Like your channel isn't hard-hitting criticism. You're not basically like a news channel or something. You're not I don't know what's a Vsauce of criticism. You're not a professional. You're a comedian. You're an entertainment. You're supposed to throw like just lighthearted just jokes. Throw some shit. And I think the next thing he's gonna say is I was acting like I was sort of better than these other people. Dude, let me turn the air conditioner on. It's so fucking hot at this point. Like, it's probably because I took the fucking molly, but whatever. Okay. Let's see.
you know, obviously content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons. And
Oh, and by the way, just what the fuck? All my shit is falling. Okay, so, what did he just say about that word?
videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons.
Oh, so, yeah, basically, yeah, what he's saying is, okay, like he was, oh yeah, and he goes to that point, that he felt insecure about himself, and that's why he was good. That's sort of like the meme that people were sort of saying about Leaf. Ah, well, you're just fucking dead inside and fucking be like salty that these people are fucking happier than you, dude. They less fucking say, and it's like, bro, like, I don't think you were just insecure. You had no reason to be insecure. You were funny. You were absolutely funny. You were, what's it called? Not the tune, but you were, what, dude, my fucking mind's, fucking falling apart, but, did you, what was I going to say?
Criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and you know, obviously didn't have any accountability online.
Yeah, dude, what, let me, make sure I get the fuck, what, this isn't really so, yeah. Like, the biggest thing, he's like, fucking nature of it being a joke, that means you, okay, the fact, think you were just insecure, you had no reason to be insecure, you were funny. It's like, yeah, I don't really see all that shit, you were absolutely
whatsoever on my end. I was morally for very lackluster reasons, and you know, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on.
And no, again, I don't think I really went into this, but on this platform, no one's better than anybody else. You could take shots at anybody, and they're free to take shots back. Like, this is free market, except with videos. And people like that. People like this chaos of, like, you get to say whatever, and you get to defend yourself. You get to do all this shit, and sometimes it's not fair, and if you don't like that, you could just get the fuck off the internet. Because clearly it's not your place to be, at least that type of community where you'd find yourself involved in Idubbbz drama, clearly you're in the wrong place. If you can't handle this shit, and you
I'm
found
not.
yourself in that.
I'm a human. I'm
Like,
a real human
that's their responsibility, not yours.
who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate.
Again, like, I'm not really, dude, I gotta start down for this, because I'm just getting so tired. But, bro, like, I can't really hold that against you, that, like, obviously you're saying all this in good faith. I don't think you're virtue signaling, you know this isn't gonna fucking help your channel. Like, you know this isn't gonna help your case, your reputation. Obviously this is coming from the heart, but you're really missing the point. You clearly haven't thought a lot about, maybe you're going through a lot of shit, you don't really know how to approach it, so you really have changed a lot. But this isn't what people want from you. If you're going to just denounce the stance you've always taken and everyone has supported you by like you saying I have changed, I disagree, and out of nowhere just fucking holding everyone else to the standards you've never hold yourself by. That wasn't even fucking English. Like, all of a sudden holding these people to standards you weren't holding yourself to. Like not too long ago. Collaborating with Sam Hyde, who like, oh, now is a moral, just a moral person. You were collaborating with him, and I'm sure he had said some pretty nasty stuff before about other people, probably including other people's wives, because you have also done that yourself, and that's probably not a coincidence, because that type of shit, again, edgy humor, and you both, I'm sure I don't watch Sam Hyde, but I'm sure you both have a long history, and dark humor and that type of shit is common, because why wouldn't it be? You're making fun of someone's wife. That's like going to trigger someone. That's bound to be funny, right? In some way. But, dude, what the hell was I?
I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not.
Dude, I gotta they're free to take shots back. Like, this is free market except with videos. And people like that. People saying all this in good faith. Back. Like, this is free market except with videos. And people like that. People like that. People saying all this in good faith. Back. Like, this is free market except that. People saying all this in good faith. Back. Like, this is what on earth is my people saying all this in good faith. Back. Like, this is what on earth is my people saying all this in good faith. What on earth is my is this like continuing? What? Why do I hear that in the background of my stream? Hello? Continuing? What? That type of community where you'd find yourself involved in Idubbbz drama. But, bro, like, I can't really hold that against you. That, like, obviously you're saying yourself, and that's probably not a coincidence, because that type of shit, again, edgy humor, and Sam Hyde, and the thing, again, that I was going to point out with this, how do you think you found yourself correlated with Sam Hyde? And again, I'm sure that Sam Hyde, this isn't new. Like, he is the way he is, probably since before you found him, because he's made a legacy, sort of like you, off of, well, being edgy, because people like edginess. And, well, turns out he's more of an asshole, more on the asshole type, and he'll be an asshole, like, say, to your wife and stuff. And to be fair, you sort of made a documentary, sort of just clowning on him. Like, that was the point. Like, I guess, like, leech off of him, and I don't really feel bad. I mean, the guy's retired, and again, it's the internet. You get to do that. This is fair. This is absolutely fair shots, and, like, dude, the reason why you found Sam Hyde, the reason why you ended up finding yourself collaborating with someone like Sam Hyde is because obviously y'all tended to make the same type of content. Y'all had the same type of humor, dark humor, offensive type of humor. Y'all both gravitated toward the same type of stuff, which is probably a big part of why you found one another. Well, people would go to your event, I guess since it's a lot revolved around you, they might have that same mindset. Imagine you have the same mindset, poke jokes every so often, and maybe collaborate with people like Sam Hyde. I'm sure Sam Hyde had fucked over some other people in the past. Since you had collaborated with Sam Hyde, you should get to understand why someone might do it. Cause like, you were doing that, what, like a year ago, if even? I'm having a hard time keeping track of time at this point, but like, back then, what was that a model? Like, did you, like, again, if you're going to say that all this shit is immoral when you know all of your fan base disagrees with it, dude, let me try to, oh, and I should look
So everybody
at
acts like they're so exciting when they come out. I don't watch them. I've watched them before. I don't care.
He's really smart. He's really good at what he does. He's never like, and it took me a long time to realize that because for a long time I was just like, why me? And then I realized like it's you because like he never ever will make a content about somebody who doesn't come from him first. And I didn't know that, and I was entitled.
In what way did you come from? You called him out for saying the N-word?
In a horrible way, in like the meanest. Like,
you made a video?
No, actually my boyfriend at the time was obsessed with his videos, and then I
That's
heard.
like, again, who cares? You said, oh, you should break both your legs, lose all of your subscribers. And one of the big points, ironically, that Idubbbz brought up, is that I really hope Idubbbz didn't actually remove that video from his own channel. It was just deleted, like the Leafy one apparently was. Otherwise, big bitch move. But, like, yeah, in this video,
Actually, my boyfriend at the time was obsessed with his videos, and then I heard a horrible way, in like the meanest. Like,
you made a video?
And Idubbbz brought up, hey, like, you're now telling me, oh, well, you should lose all of your subscribers and break, but I hope that happens to you. And you were like, well, you're throwing a tantrum over someone saying some mean and fucking bad to you, and this is sort of your behavior too, okay? And it's all okay because it's the fucking internet. And if I don't like what you said, tough fucking deal. None of this is going to happen. My legs will not be broken. My channel will only be positively affected by what she said. It doesn't matter. She can say that. The only thing that matters is, well, clearly you should get, from your perspective, having said all that, yeah, it's, you say that stuff and who cares? Like, it's the fucking internet. That shouldn't be taken that seriously because that doesn't make sense. We shouldn't be doing that. It's dumb. It's not productive. It's cancerous. It's just, yeah, not a healthy fucking attitude to have. To take such offense to all that. And he sort of made a point. Hey, obviously you don't have a problem with saying nasty things to people online. You do that. See, it's not a big fucking deal. Am I going to throw a tantrum over the fact that you did that? No, because it doesn't matter. And on top of that, I don't care. It makes me look better, but it would be stupid for me to throw a tantrum over that.
Of desensitizing society.
But the whole point was, yeah, people say mean things on it. Who cares?
Taking us a million steps back.
Tana, you are dumb. It is the exact opposite. This is a very important lesson in critical thinking. Have you or your friends ever said a word so frequently that it's lost a lot of the initial punch that it had, and eventually it just lost all meaning entirely? You should say yes, because it happens all the time. I remember initially hearing the word cunt and how awful that sounded, but I've used it so frequently that it means fucking nothing to me now. Cunt, tech cunt here. Okay, cunt. So all of you people out there who hold these words at such high esteem, you are giving it the power that you so desperately want it to not have. Another point that people like Tana...
Yeah, I know, like, such a good point. I'm sure you remember having had that position. You probably... you spent a lot of time here talking about the guy. I'm sure you remember fluently what was in it. You covered that.
seem
but,
to miss is that you can critique people's use of the word nigger. You can even
you could probably understand why people would be convinced by this and would think, yeah, this is still a reasonable position. I don't know why you're backing down, but that doesn't mean anything as to why I or anyone else should back down. This is what you owe to your fans. If you want to indoctrinate them, undo your wrongdoings, and you really did wrong, and you have now learned, like, that position was outdone by a new, better position, well, you should explain this.
critique my going
Take
to your show
accountability.
and doing it in that sense. You can say, well, that wasn't even funny, because it really wasn't. I
And I'm
replaced
sure
say cheese with say
Idubbbz really
nigger.
has changed his mind to think all this is now wrong. But like, again, how does he not see that? Well, even assume that all your fans you've indoctrinated now owe like accountability towards. They still believe that. Why is it wrong? How was like whatever enlightened you so strong and prevalent that it like must have debunked or outweighed that previous position? That is what we want to know. That is what we want you to address, because that is the criticism we have of you. The criticism we have of you is all of the rightful fucking criticisms that you've had of others demonstrating that exact behavior that you're showing now. Again, all this is still relevant, and you just shoving it off doesn't stop. Dude, I'm
How
repeating
funny is
myself.
that? Not really funny, but what is funny is your reaction to it. So yes, you're allowed to be critical of someone's use of the word. If you think it's not funny or you think it's cringy, leave in the comments. When you said the word nigger, my dick retracted inside of my body. And if you're a very observant person, you might notice a video from a year ago where I actually critique the use of the word when I'm doing a
And you can always see from all of these types of videos, he was clearly taking the stance. He wasn't taking the stance, oh, well, I don't care. How about you shut the fuck up, bro? It's like, and even that is taking the stance, dude, it's online. This doesn't really matter. He absolutely defended it. Anybody who, like, saw his responses, took a look at that, you should get to think, oh, well, maybe since this was rational to me back in the day, I can understand why it'd be rational to someone. This is what everybody is based on. This is what you have to attack, because this is what people are going off of. That's what you have to debunk.
bad unboxing. The whole joke here is the nigger word. Let's laugh out loud in the comments, you guys.
Yeah, like, your whole theme was, let's not make this a big deal, because who cares?
I'm a
Agreed.
human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on. But it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate.
Like, do you think
it's
like,
also
all of these words, like bitch and all those that you compared it to make it your point back then, do you think all that is bad too now?
indoctrinated a lot of people.
Again, you have a
thinking
lot
that
to
this
explain.
Is an okay way to behave, and it's not. It's super irresponsible.
Online, you don't have any of
and
that.
Shitty.
Alright.
I am very insecure about my ability to create interesting content or like entertain.
Yeah, you probably should be now, because your whole content was based on that, like, a mindset that you just threw away. So that was like an entire like style to your humor. And I'm sure, again, that people have reached out to you and explained this type of stuff to you. Dude, I'm not even coughing. God. Getting off with this fucking shit. Peace. I now have 0 viewers again. I think we should look at a bit more of this.
Actually, my boyfriend at the time was obsessed with his videos, and then I heard like 30 seconds of it, like 10 seconds of it. I just hear him saying the N-word. This white guy saying the N-word. I've said it in the past. There are vines of me saying it. I don't know.
How old were you in those?
I don't know the specific age, like 13, 14, 15, it ranges.
Yeah, I really don't think we should be calling 13-year-olds for saying that word, to be honest.
But I was stupid about it. I was really, and I tweeted him, was like, I can't believe you do that. Like, I kill yourself. Like, he's like mean as shit. Like,
You were 16?
probably like 16 or 17.
And you had a ton of followers? And
Yeah,
you're
it's
calling
like,
that is pretty funny.
you are mean as shit, and who cares because it's the internet. And Idubbbz did the same thing. He was mean as shit, and his response. But this isn't throwing some personal. Hey, I want to harm you as much as possible. This is a joke. This is a joke. He's memeing you. It's entertaining. If you don't want to be a whole part of that, again, you don't have to bring yourself into that. It sort of reminds me, to be honest. I'm gonna go on another tangent. This new Candace Owens, platforming this fucking lady who, was in the prostitution world for a long time, and well, now she's decided that I don't really like the fact that I did all that. Like, looking back on it, like, I was sort of a slut, and I sort of knew that, but like, now I sort of don't want to be a slut, and it's like, bro, like, they sort of indoctrinated me into it, and it's hilarious because Candace Owens is like the fucking one of the hosts of Afro-capitalist fucking worshipping, which I agree with, by the way. But motherfucker went on this oh shit, you were exploited, basically. Like, someone asked you, except they probably didn't ask you, probably reached out to them asking them to like film porn tapes and shit because you fucking fag, I guess. You liked big dick. And like, oh, you did that, but then you realize it was a stupid choice, and so basically these people exploited you. On hindsight, I guess they exploited you, so now you're gonna throw a tantrum about how like bad that shit is, like, you know, your fucking decision that you later regretted. It's like that type of shit. Like, motherfucker, you didn't have to sign up to the fucking porn industry. You didn't have to do this shit, and if you chose to do this shit, well, you chose to live with the consequences of like regretting having been a retard for the rest of however long you fucking keep regretting that for until you realize who the fuck is.
It was stupid. I was so wrong. And so then he just went low key, didn't reply to it. I deleted the tweet, and he made a content cop on me, and I fucking
Like right after or what?
No, it was like a few months after he like came to my meet and greet. You know, he was like,
yeah.
but I deserved it 100%. And the content cop was good.
I feel like you've like swallowed up this like.
I hope she's not. I don't remember this in the best. I hope she wasn't like mostly just apologizing for her having done the same shit Idubbbz did with the
Guilt. At the end of the day, you were
right?
calling out a white dude for saying N-word. That's pretty common, right?
But where did I have the room to call him out? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely didn't really have like a reason to, but it still seems like a.
It doesn't matter. Oh well, because I said it too. Like, yeah, and I guess if Hitler called out Stalin, for like also being like a horrible person, that makes Stalin not a horrible person because Hitler's a hypocrite. So, like, his point was sort of weakened and validated or whatever. Like, no,
fairly like legitimate
just
concern.
because you
For someone maybe who didn't have like dirty hands like me, you know?
Right, yeah. Kind
Yeah.
of hypocritical, that's true.
Super hypocritical.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean white guys all the
and-
time.
just say, as of hypocrisy, I can't stand when people fucking use hypocrisy as a like
Because I'm like, damn, people
defense.
like,
Yeah.
that's good.
Makes sense. Yeah, no, that was the first time in life I
So,
felt like I got a lot of hate.
so
But it was.
did you lose like a ton of subs and stuff? It's just a little temporary loss, right?
I probably lost like 100,000 subscribers though.
That's pretty
And
serious.
then more.
Okay,
And
Did it
then-
hurt? Were you like sitting at home stressing out?
Even
Dude, that
kids.
was the first time I ever felt any form of like sadness or upset towards the hate every day for like weeks. Like I wanted to kill myself. I literally wanted to die. Like 'cause everything I love is ability for me.
Oh,
but you know
that's
what I
so
mean?
you're
I felt
so
like
fucking.
I made a big mistake.
I feel so bad. Big L. Okay, who
It
cares
really like,
anyway?
hurt my, you know what I mean? And I probably always will hurt me in certain ways. Like the YouTube Rewind, like they will probably never want to have me or whatever. Like, you know, like things like that.
you know, shout out Idubbbz and everything, but I'm kind of glad that my line of work doesn't involve like making 16-year-old girls cry for weeks at a time.
I don't know. I deserved it.
No, but I feel like I feel weird about people who make exposed videos. Like,
Dude, yeah, because people will be offended by fucking anything. Dude, like, I'm sure when, you're a big YouTuber and you, like, decide to take a break and leave for 2 weeks, you're gonna make a lot of fucking dedicated ass fanboys and or fangirls cry for a long time if you have like 4 million subs type shit, because some people do.
people always, I think, like, how do you go to bed at night making an exposed video?
But I
It's
feel like
like-
he doesn't make that.
Yeah, he made this person fucking cry. Like, he made this person put herself in the situation she put herself in, and then handle it the way she did. When, like, this whole thing, she could have just avoided it because you aren't hard glued to your chair.
Them on people unless they like come for him first.
He's like Dexter. He only kills bad people.
No,
Like, is
literally,
that,
The thing in defense is that I don't ever really like take his videos as being so serious. Like the accusations are never so serious that it's like career destroying shit to me. If anything, it's more like here's some corny ass shit that you did, or here's some hypocritical shit you did. But I don't know. Like, to be honest, like I don't think I'm big enough to like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like mine
I've
was
just
also-
taken so much hate over the years that it would kind of blend.
Everyone was talking about me in an amazing way. Like nobody hated me, and like I was super fucking hypocritical, and I was super wrong. You know what I mean? And so it was like I feel like that's why that video was so much. I mean, that video has like 20 million views now. I think. Like,
Is?
15 million. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So,
insane.
yeah.
But either way, hey dude, y'all could watch the whole clip. I remember she was like, "Yeah, Idubbbz was right." And dude, you have people, even the person who you put all that dirt on, who had a fucking meltdown over it, when she later gets interviewed by someone who's actually trying to support her with that and virtue signal in her direction and platform her, she actually steps back and is like, actually that's unreasonable because your criticism was right. This isn't like someone who's like prone to go towards white supremacy. Dude, people who weren't racist were vibing with you. Your friends were like H3H3. Dude, nobody found that racist. Everybody got that it was a joke. It was controversial to fucking libtards, but everybody who like lived around your sphere, they enjoyed your vibe. They got your entertainment, and anybody who brought themselves into that stuff, it's on them. Again, everybody has always agreed with that premise. That's why nobody found the shit morally wrong or would call you out on it. And you have to explain to us, like, that is what you have to address.
It's gotten better over the years, but
I'm
it's
gonna
something
just
that
keep
I
saying that,
have
but-
struggled with constantly, and it's one of the reasons why I, kept making this hurtful content. I ended up pivoting it into other things because I
you just
felt bad
repeat that
about
real
it,
quick?
like struggled with constantly about my ability to create interesting content or like entertain. It's gotten better over the years, but it's something that I have struggled with constantly, and it's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
I
know what Pete's talking about, like, back in the day, like, the old Idubbbz videos that he deleted and stuff, like some other series. Apparently, yeah, he, but, like, you felt insecure about, then you started getting edgy, but clearly, like, putting it, and it goes far back, your humor's being edgy and it's been good. Nothing
kept
to be insecure
making
about.
this hurtful content. I ended up pivoting it into other things because I felt bad about it, like innately. But it's still something that I struggle with, and
Dude, you defended it, and you did a good job. Like that. Like, there was nothing wrong with this, and you always point out, look, pretty much started the content cop on Leafy. Hey, just a quick disclaimer, before anything else, bullying is good. I condone it. Just so y'all know that I'm not attacking it, but I'm not being a fucking Lipton dipshit. Fucking, like, gay law jackass, as he'd say, I guess. I'm just, what the fuck was I saying?
Interesting.
The fuck was I saying? The fuck was...
And
Dude, you defended it, and you did a good job. Like, that gay law jackass, as he'd say, I guess. Just so y'all know that I'm not attacking it, but I'm not being a fucking Lipton dipshit and stuff, like some other series. Apparently, yeah, he, like, you felt insecure about, then you started getting edgy, but clearly, like, putting it, and it goes far back, your humor's being edgy, and it's been good.
you know,
Nothing
kept
to be
making
insecure about.
this hurtful content. You know, I
Dude,
ended
I
up
hate that I
pivoting
have to
it
do
into
this.
other things because I felt bad about it, like, innately. But it's still something that I struggle with, and
Dude, you defended it, and you did a good job. Like, this stream's gonna slow down. Damn. Fucking hell. Like, there was nothing wrong with this, and you always point out, look, pretty much started the content cop on Leafy. Hey, just a quick disclaimer, before anything else, bullying is good. I condone it. Just so, dude, like, anyway, I'm not gonna, dude, my point was, you always stood by, oh yeah, bullying, whatever, this is fine, I don't care, like, it's the internet, do whatever the fuck you have to do, like, again, this was really rooted into your ideology, you had a moral basis on all of that, like, you sort of feel in the back of your mind, oh, this is wrong, you would justify all this shit, and the reason why people agreed with you, like, now you're just sort of throwing it like as you, oh, these homophobic racist, just discriminatory, like, wrong to say, harmful slurs that I was throwing at people. People got that it was a joke, and we're trying to, like, as a community, like, there was a movement that you inspired around trying not to get so offended by all this dumb shit. This wasn't a thing of poking fun of people. This was a thing of, hey, look, like, you can do this online. There's a space where you do this. There was entertainment value to it, and like, this is, you come here or you don't. You choose to come here, you, like, abide by what the rules are there, what everybody agrees on, and it's better for everybody. Teenagers want to get to have that safe space away from everyone, where they could just say whatever the fuck they want, be edgy. I get to do that, and it's, like, it's not, like, putting anybody, in just compromising their rights to get to live their lives and not be fucked over when they don't deserve it. Like, anybody can choose, they know the terms of going on the internet. This is what happens. They can leave. This is how people like the internet to be. They like to get to say whatever they want. They like to get to vent. And like, you can do that specifically there because, like, you could fucking say whatever and people don't have to say, they don't have to respond to it. This is a, if you want to interact with it, you can choose to be into this edgy world and participate in it. And at any point in time, it's like a contract that you can quit whenever you want. There was no exploitation in like just in indoctrinating, participating in something that is going to be potentially harmful to some people who don't belong in that fucking environment. Just get the fuck out. And I've made a pretty decent parallels here to a child, if they went on porn that could traumatize, they shouldn't be on porn. That doesn't mean it's immoral for Pornhub to exist because children could access it, since apparently it's pretty common for them to have phones and shit. That doesn't make it immoral to upload that type of shit that could and might and will sometimes be offensive to some people who put themselves in that situation. That's their prerogative. And it's fun. And if these people who are the minority who don't care about how others feel, they just want to have it their way, they're ruining the fun of everybody else who, just wants to have a fun time, wants to get to have a space where they can just go off and, be themselves, say dumb shit because it's fun. It helps us, get to enjoy life better. It's just, relieving to get to do that. It's better for people, they enjoy having it. And, other people, coming in a domain they don't belong in, and then, refusing to just leave if, shit goes to where it'd be better for them to leave. They just blame it on everybody who's just trying to have fun. This isn't how shit should go. Pornhub and stuff, I shouldn't say that shouldn't get shut down, because, if kids go there, that would harm them. Their choice.
It's incredible how much more intelligent.
I'm really going to try not repeating myself. I'm really doing that, and I can't help it.
If during the event where I...
Okay, so let's go back to this. I might need to make timestamps, but...
into other things because I felt bad about it, innately. But it's still something that I struggle with, and I don't want you to interpret that as an excuse, but I hope that that is relatable to other creators who maybe struggle with the same thing. I'm not confident in my ability to entertain, and I think if I had to rely on my personality to entertain people, that I wouldn't have any amount of success, and that is really hard to come to terms with. I was being very bigoted in a lot of my videos, and I justified it because I didn't think it was too serious, and I thought that people were going to see that I had good intentions, but that's so silly, casual racism is still
everybody did see, and you made it clear too, you have good intentions. You don't have any ill will towards any of these people other than maybe throwing a laugh at them if they're trying to scam people according to you on Kickstarter, because you did cite you had a moral problem with that. It's and again, this isn't a big deal. They got some online drama bullshit. They could just go on elsewhere if there's such a problem with that. But that's a risk they get into if they make whatever their online platform a big thing, and they risk putting themselves in those circumstances because they're in that domain. That's how that domain runs. They accepted to get into it anyway. How the majority of people feel they would enjoy more having the domain run as. That's how it morally should go. If more people, if it would appeal to more people to have it run in this specific way, that's very fair to say. If you don't like that, you either grow up here, or you don't go there. And if you do and you get hurt, that's on you, not on anybody else trying to have fun. As you said, why aren't you taking down all these videos? Because, all that fun, you think like, yeah, this was in good fun, and that shouldn't be taken away from all y'all, because you do recognize it's valuable and it should be respected for people who enjoy this shit to get to have it enjoyed. When no one is forced to be wronged by it.
Racism, casual bigotry is still bigotry, and I said a lot of things that I
No, just say casual fucking dark humor. That's not but people like edgy humor, and it's because when it's very stupid, there are very stupid reasons for some things for you to be told, and for it to be like really harshly imposed on you. Don't do this, and it's just so stupid. And on top of that, you have to be provoked by the fact that other people will say that, they will hold you to the expectation of never saying it, but they'll say it like every 5 seconds. That's stupid, and that'd be healthier for us as a society to move away from this. Like, getting super offended. It doesn't matter. Like, it was bigotry. Who cares? Like, this is the internet. It's not bigotry because it's a joke. It's a meme. You're just fucking around. When you say, this person's a fucking bitch, dude. Like, you're just, like, not being serious. You're fucking saying that just like you would say you're a gay one, bro. You're fucking non-poggers, bro. Like that type of shit that nobody should take personally, especially if they are online. It's like, while you made those other insults or other words in the same fashion, people recognize that it was that way. Reasonable people should, and that again, if you say things and people get offended by it, that's not necessarily your fault that they were offended by it. Maybe they got offended by it for the wrong reasons. And again, with that word being such a big like controversy, and the whole thing being so fucking dumb, to the point where, especially if you're white, like the hard R, that makes it so much worse, when the whole thing behind the whole hard R is just black people tend to say ends that end with they just say like elevator. That's just a common thing with how they speak. A lot of black people, they tend to speak that way, and that's just, there's no difference in the word. That's just how black people tend to word that. It's just such a dumbass thing, and I don't know why now you're making this is unjustified. No, it's just an online joke. You've always stood by that, and you didn't even like bother making a big deal over it, because it just sort of like reduces value to the funny punchline. You give the joke away. Why? No, this isn't fucking wrong. It's obvious. Making a fucking joke online. Why is anyone taking this shit seriously? Like, dude, maybe you should have self-reflected before now. If there's how long did you have to self-reflect? Like, you always took the fucking, this is obvious. It's fucking obvious why you're taking this too seriously. It's fucking online. I'm memeing it straight up.
I look back at and I cringe now, and I'm like, that is an awful thing to say. It doesn't matter what my intentions are. Like, if I'm hurting people.
If people could clearly see what is, and if people don't get the joke, that's on them. Again, like, and we don't even need to put this in an online context. Even offline, you make a joke. You're not trying to hurt anyone. There's no reason for any reasonable person to to take issue with that. There's no reasonable reason to take an issue with that. they took the joke wrong and they throw a tantrum over it. Like, that's their fucking prerogative. Like, you have no responsibility in that. I don't see why all of a sudden you're taking issue with it, because you should probably have sort of thought about that back
I'm
then.
hurting people.
Right.
And, you know, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like,
You
sarcasm.
make them pretty clear. Yeah, everybody gets the sarcasm. On your channel, that we got your humor. Your humor, you're as you stated, a very like unique sense of humor. People get you. People fucking get that. Again, that's why people like Vsauce would associate with you. People like H3, the virtue signaling conk. That's why you're such a massive audience. Do you think Nick Fuentes could ever have built such like, this was obvious. People, you have honestly, let me just add this. I just thought about that. As Keemstar said at some point in a podcast, about like PewDiePie getting cancelled, channels like you, Keemstar, all these people, y'all have way more views than most of the big political fucking influencers. Like, all of this shit.
Hurting people. And, you know, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like, sarcasm and, like, jokiness and jokey tone only goes so far, especially over the internet.
It's like, and dude, what? I hate that I cannot remember. Y'all know that I'm not attacking you, but get that again. That's why people like Vsauce would associate with you. People like H3, the virtue. It's like, people sort of generally understood what your intentions were. That was, what's it called? That went both ways. Everybody understood it. That, again, you had and have such a huge platform. Based off of it, you were tremendously successful. There wasn't any huge drama from anywhere. People understood. People went along with you, and they had the same fucking mindset. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a joke. If people have a problem with it, they should grow a pair or fucking leave.
Even in real life, that's
this
like...
isn't a big deal. This isn't a big deal, and if people in that space want to get to have their fun poked, because people enjoy that, a lot of people enjoy that, they should have that right. Well, they get a space where anybody could just agree to or not to. Again, that stuff sort of smoking. That I don't know, sort of bring your friend group all smoking. You're all fucking smoking weed or even cigarettes together. It's like, oh well, yeah, that's sort of, if they now if they were before just smoking alone, it's like they could commit more to quitting whenever they'd want to, but like they sort of smoke it with their friends now. Like I don't know, it's gonna be sort of harder for them to like stop smoking with their friends. It's gonna be more tempting. Like they're gonna be more tempted to keep joining in, and smoking isn't healthy, right? But if a bunch of people, they just like smoking and they agree to come to like some like reunion, a bunch of social smokers, right?
Possible thing.
And like that shit might collectively sort of hurt them. If someone doesn't want to have anything to do with that, they don't want to partake in that, well, they don't have to. Again, like that shit might be harmful even collectively to do it. It might not be a healthy mindset or mentality. But people draw the distinction between online and offline. Like this Pike and Edgy humor, dude. When I was in high school, every person was talking about, yeah, everyone knew Leafy. Almost everyone knew Idubbbz at some point. Everyone knew Leafy. Everyone knew Keemstar. That whole Keemstar thing was so fucking cancer. But Leafy was fucking praised by a lot of people. That didn't start just like video game violence, didn't start a spike in actual I don't know, like lack of empathy and people's like attitudes towards one another. Everybody knew Leafy. Everybody was like watching him at some point. Like a lot of people I knew would. He was a pretty well-known figure. People didn't act like that in real life. They enjoyed that. They saw that there was absolutely like they took that as a joke because that's the community that you sort of furnish, and they should have that right to go in that safe circle where everybody sort of agrees. Yeah, I'm in to join that, whatever it means. I go in the comment section, I type some stuff that I know will probably get some people to disagree with me. I can either ignore it if I don't want to see that, or like I can stop typing in the comments if I don't like that. Again, YouTube, putting the YouTube channel, that doesn't make you committed to having to like see what's going on around you and respond to it.
To know with 100% certainty. I've just always had this.
How can you go
Oh,
from a
shut
Christian
the
making six
fuck
figures a
up.
year to a kingdom builder making 6 figures a month? Better question is, what would you do with that kind of wealth? How much could you sow back into the
But the
kingdom?
question is, why
What
the
kind of
fuck
life
are y'all
could you-
still like doing this shit with like the same fucking type of camera? So it's the same script.
Philosophy that I'm not responsible for,
They should start wearing bucket hats when doing that.
you know, my audience and how they
Let's
behave.
go back.
Only goes so far. Hurting people, I'm hurting people, and you know, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like,
No, y'all did.
sarcasm
themselves.
and like jokiness and jokey tone only goes so far, especially over the internet. Even in real life, that's like an impossible thing to know with 100% certainty. I've just always had this dumb philosophy that I'm not responsible for, you know, my audience and how they behave beyond what content I put out. And that's
like people don't behave more like assholes, and they draw the distinction between how you speak online, what you can say online, and then in real life you don't speak in the same way. There is a whole different. It's a whole different zone, a whole different land field. It's like, no, dude. Again, you haven't radicalized anybody into like having a toxic attitude towards anyone other than online. And let me see this again.
know with 100% certainty are like sarcasm and like jokiness and jokey tone.
But again, everybody around you, nobody had a problem with it. Obviously, people did get that because Vsauce, for example, he would have probably told you if he had seen this. Like, Vsauce, one of the most reasonable fucking people. All three of the Vsauce members, they're all extraordinary and irreplaceable. They all made multiple collaboration videos with you. Even included you in one of their like, y'all did a whole big ass fucking scene. Of course you would, because everything they're gonna post is gonna be fucking like top tier content. But they included you in they sort of know your background. They get that these are jokes. You have over 7 million subscribers. This was never a big controversy because everybody around you, like, people who were serious, they got this is a joke. This is very different from white supremacy. People got that it was a joke. It was the general consensus. And like, that works better for everybody when we stick to that in a place where people want that in general, and those who don't want it shouldn't fucking be there, and their fucking snowflake attitude shouldn't like it shouldn't infringe on our fucking like getting the privilege to see all this content that doesn't
only
hurt
goes
fucking
so
anybody.
far, especially
Again.
over the internet. Even in real life, that's like an
Get 0 concurrent views. Just checking this. Yeah, I was guessing. I'm still gonna.
impossible thing to know with 100% certainty. I've just always had this dumb philosophy that I'm not responsible for, my audience and
you justify it. It wasn't dumb. First of all, because almost everybody went along and agreed with you. Like, there are a lot of people who are accused, like Tucker Carlson. He's not racist at all. He never says any of the type of shit you say. But people will go and say, oh well, he has these different motives because people, nobody, pretty much nobody, you got to the place where you are. It wasn't really debated because people saw what you were doing and they absolutely vibed with it. It made sense. Like, you just said these dumb, you just had these dumb fucking ideas that, oh well, you weren't responsible. No, you sort of knew that you was responsible. You defended what you did. You didn't go by this, oh well, whatever, like, this hurts people, but like, fucking who cares, right? No, and you justified everything. You put a lot of memes, and I guess that was a bit of sidetracking, but you had the philosophy, this is fine, for the very big reason, the very same reason that so many people agreed with you. Again, this isn't the audience that you cultivated was not the same type as fucking Nick Fuentes, like white, like, this has nothing to do with it. Everybody gets that it's jokes, and the reason why everybody defends you on that is because they understand this is better for everybody. It's immoral to try to refrain all this shit. People get entertained, there's entertainment value, and the only thing that removing that entertainment value does is to just rid people of entertainment and a good time that they deserve at the benefit of people who should have no right over that because they don't belong here.
Beyond what content I put out, and that's stupid, and it's led to a lot of hate and a lot of bad outcomes. And I just want to make it clear that I am absolutely responsible for my audience. And I guess if you want to look out for people who are red flags, it's definitely
people in their teenage years like being toxic. This is normal. There was Leafy, there were all of these people, and this isn't to say, oh well, a lot of people engaging in this like negative. People in their teenage years, they sort of tend to go through that phase, and they like that edgy shit. It's funny. If people find it funny, they should get to enjoy and partake in making content around that, as long as they don't impede on anybody else's like rights or do something wrong to somebody. These people are fair game. All of these people are fair game. And everybody agreed with that always because it was obvious.
People who had my mentality that say, I'm not responsible for what my audience does. I know that this apology isn't enough.
This apology, dude, you're going by this, again, by a completely wrong angle, and you say, I miss the old Idubbbz. You obviously know, like, what people expect for this, what they are, what they are asking from you. And again, your fan base should matter, right? Dude, again, none of your audience is on that's not what they think you should be apologizing for. I don't know who you're apologizing to. Is it, let me look up list of content cards, okay? It's probably a playlist, okay, so, let's first go with Tanner Rice Gum Leafy. Okay, so how about we start with that? So, Tanner Monjo, you're like apologizing to that person who apologized for not having like realized that you were right and she was wrong, and since then she's like learned and reflected, and like she went on to agree with you, and there was no need for you to apologize to her for having taught her what she considers to be a valuable lesson. So I guess you're apologizing to her for some fucking reason. Who are fucking right scum, the person who you have always stood by thinking, yeah, you're a garbage human being. That's like, you deserve all this scrutiny. You are a shit fuck. That's what I think of you, and I believe that you deserve everyone to think of you that way, so that you can know that everyone knows you're fucking comrade, gay, filth, or whatever. Jinx Reload. You believed, and that might have inspired you too, like, people who are just fucking YouTube over, making it shitty, just to profit off of, like, just dirty work. So Jinx, pretty bad person to, like, you're fucking, like, to what you fucking say, according to you, he deserves that, it seems. Amateur food, you had the same type of argument, they're just leeching, just running YouTube, what the fuck is that doing here? Toy review channels, yeah, you were saying they're, exploiting kids. That's what would you apologize for, like, doing that to them? They probably fucking profited from it. Or not, actually. The fuck is that? Fine Bros. Yeah, you clearly thought, oh yeah, they did some fucking retarded. They already getting all this. Yeah, I'm not adding anything to it. I'm just sort of getting clout. But don't care, they're doing something wrong, and everybody's confident. And then you regretted having covered it when there was nothing really to add, and it was just, I guess, shitposting. Keemstar, you've always stood by, still stand by, and just have continuously said, this guy's a piece of shit, a dumbass. Like, I disagree for back then, but now, sure, after he went on his Jake Paul, Logan Paul bullshit tangent, sort of flipped the coin right there, but fuck it, fighting Epic, that's probably a clip of they actually clipped that on his second channel. Okay, that's part 2, same people went over that. How to prank it up. I don't think you said anything to, maybe that's where you, where that, I was sort of assuming, going off the premise that I'm better than all these people. Your content's objectively better. He was way bigger than you, making way shittier content, and yeah, he was sort of making the site cancer by not just putting more effort into making better videos, and you made fair over the table points. Like, how were you gonna, maybe you took a Twitter selfie with him, and, oh, that's not you being an asshole. Maybe like you recording Rice Scum and the. Who cares? Again, this is, if you're actually unironically seriously gonna like apologize for that, take that back. Are you fucking serious? Leafy, you recently stood by, like, in a recent interview where you were going over how you've changed and you sort of feel bad about all that shit. Oh, this too. So, yeah, same thing. Okay, tech destruction. That's you were just going after channels in general, and on you over the like over the table criticism. So I don't see why you would apologize for that. It's so fucking retarded. Went over there. What like? That's pretty much it. So what do you have a problem with exactly? Who are you like repenting having wronged? What the fuck is all this voodoo signaling about? Like, if you sort of feel bad in retrospect, you should explain like how you feel bad for these, because you've always defended this, and now you're sort of I guess hinting to I was defending it sort of as coping because that was my defense mechanism, I guess. But this was always, you have to explain, break down. I don't know, how, oh, this is sort of what I resorted to, but that was sort of like how I interpreted it in my mind. But this wasn't somebody. I'm high as fuck and on Xanax. I should probably take more Xanax anyway.
I've clearly done a lot of damage. You know, these videos have been up for a long
This
time.
has a single view
have
that's sad,
accumulated millions
but
of
no.
views. I shouldn't be able to just make an apology video and walk away from it. This is something that I should.
I don't know. Have you? I wouldn't be surprised if you have stated that you will already have. I don't know, unless you've already spent all that money. Donate any future revenue that you get on it to, I don't know, maybe helping out the people you believe that you've harmed the most, or enough to be fucking worth trying to give back to. I don't know, like help out Lucy, dude. Like, I saw some documentary at some point because I was like on Reddit watching that shit, like in fucking zooting mode. Apparently he's very sad, dude. He had this dream, dude, and I hate seeing people's dreams get crushed. He really thought that he had a life going for him, and now like he was sort of crying in some like webcam video saying, "Oh shit, my dream's not gonna make his dream come true, dude." So well, even if you're an asshole, I was an asshole, so let's just sort of both bring some positivity to the world now. I'm gonna try to convince you, talk to you about like how I sort of used to have some I'm gonna be an asshole mindset. I just wasn't as like, I guess, repulsive and unappealing as you in my like method of doing that type of shit. But let's talk this through and like try to both learn from each other's mistakes and reflect, and I don't know, maybe do a video talking about that, both bringing a positive message, come to some terms. How about you make those fucking videos since you aren't uploading, except for MMA, which
Live the rest.
who cares? Like literally, I don't care. So like, yeah, who cares because I don't care, dude. Anyway, ignore that.
My life with, and I expect to. Not for a long time.
I do realize that me fucking going on tangents is probably tense with all the people who aren't watching anymore, probably because I kept doing that. But I am trying to make a conscious effort to minimize that.
Isn't enough. I've clearly done a lot of damage. You know, these videos have been up for a long time and have accumulated millions of views. I shouldn't be able to just make an apology video and walk away from it.
And the thing is, I think you probably do realize that, like, your fans are not, like, this is not, you're targeting the wrong audience. You're posting this onto the wrong channel. You should post this onto maybe some channel of people who don't talk about you because they aren't in your sphere. Because if they would have the same attitude as you, at least as you used to. Maybe you should, what's it called? What in the shit was I just, talking about that, both bring a positive message, come to you because they aren't in your sphere. Because if they would have the same attitude as watching anymore, probably because I kept doing that. But I am trying to make a conscious effort to minimize that.
Isn't enough. I've clearly done a lot of damage. You know, these videos have been up for a long time and have accumulated millions of views. I shouldn't be able to just make an apology video and walk away from it.
And the thing is, I think you probably do realize that, like, your fans are not, like, this is not, you're targeting the wrong audience. You're posting this onto the wrong channel. You should post this onto maybe some channel of people who don't talk about you because they aren't in your sphere. Like, yeah, the thing I was trying to say with that is, if you're going to try to repent, the only way that you're going to make a meaningful difference, you just spill out your new thoughts. Well, this is my new like take on all this. If you want to make an impact, make this be productive, repent for your mistakes or make this right or whatever, you're going to have to explain to us why all this was wrong. You're going to have to explain to us in detail, give us what we are demanding of you. Like, you've always gone by this and now you're rejecting this, but you were right, and everything goes in the direction of you were right. Everybody agreed with you, people disagreed with those who were saying it, but not in good faith. And, like, you had a genuine good position, like, supporting what you were doing. Everybody was on board. Who cares? Like, those trying to fuck it over for us by trying to get offended by everything, they are ruining the fun that people get to, like, people deserve to get the chance to do when they're just, like, constantly teenagers. Like, usually the people who try to be, and it's because they have stress in life that gets to give them a breather. Like, gets them to have some to possibly increase their well-being. They get to breathe out, like, oh well, now I get to no filter say anything. This is just fun, whatever. Get to just clear my mind. This can help people, and if people don't want to be in that, they don't have to be involved in that. Like, you fighting back against those people who are trying to ruin it for all of us. You fucking bringing on this, this pushback against that shit that is actually running fun that, we deserve to have, and that they have no right or, moral, qualification to take that away from us. That was a good fucking endeavor. It was for good cause. These, like, the people who were sort of pushing this whole narrative of you can't say that. People wanted to say that, and it was good for them to get to have a place to vent all that, not have to worry about, oh well, can I say that? That weighs on people, and getting to have a space that is beneficial for some people. And if it can be beneficial, and they can have a space where no one else gets hurt, but people who choose to be in there, they can always leave. There are so many places to go. This isn't the only place to go, but this is for the teenagers. You can grow up here, you can leave. That's a choice you can make, and you can, like, change your mind at any point in time. Like, this is just so obvious, and it has always been so obvious that most of the time you didn't even bother. But, like, you have gone by your, like, that position that you've had. You've always defended it. It's been rooted in your mind. You must at least be able to empathize with it enough to understand why, even if you've indoctrinated these people into thinking that, why they would still morally believe that. Like, the only way that you're gonna make a positive impact, possibly be able to make a change for the better, to fix whatever you think you've done wrong, it's to debunk what like, you fucking indoctrinated these people into thinking. Like, all these things that sort of, like, pushed, encouraged this narrative, gave it a strong points, give this better theory that changed your mind, that enlightened you. Like, just show it. If it's so much better that, like, despite having had your strong positions, you found that to be superior, well, you can explain that, and if it's superior, well, we should probably get to change our minds too, since that new position makes more logical sense. Share that with us so we can be unindoctrinated and you can fix this. Otherwise, there is no value to this other than you just get to vent. Oh well, this is not really me anymore. Sort of. No, like, you're not right because, oh well, this is sort of how I feel. Like, you owe that to your subscribers, especially if you feel like you've indoctrinated them and you want to make things right.
Wouldn't be able to just make an apology video and walk away from it. This is something that I should live the rest of my life with, and I expect to. I've profited off of this bigoted content for years.
You're gonna demonetize it, or you're gonna, like, you're not gonna take it down, as you said in the last video. You don't want to take that entertainment away from us, because you recognize that it has value and it can, like, help people emotionally to get to have that. Again, it's not at the detriment of anyone except for those who choose to engage in being fucking, like, harmed. They are the ones who choose to engage, who choose to participate. And people enjoy it. It's good for them to get to have a place to just, like, no one cares or whatever. Throw whatever you want, don't fear consequences, get to, like, release your mind, all that. It's good for people. It shouldn't be taken away from people. And people trying to fight back against that for, like, company integrity. Oh, well, this will make us look better. People are more happy when they get to say that around a certain age and they can join that community. Like, we're pushing for a good message, for a good cause.
And I've made a successful...
People agreed with that. That's how you got so successful. Like, you have to have acknowledged that. You always defended that. You should know this is what you need to debunk now, since you've gotten this new better fucking, like, this is a rebuttal that you should make.
Career out of it.
What changed your mind.
That's not right. I think that this is
elaborate?
only a step in the right direction.
You're just, like, reasserting, like, what your position that we already knew was, which is why we criticized you on it, because we disagreed with it. And you're just, like, yeah, you will continue to disagree because but you are literally arguing that you are the one who made us agree. Like, you should go back on that and double check that, because that's what you were basing your standards off of. And clearly you found some better ones, since those better ones outdid your old standards. And the old ones were better for you, better for your channel. You had no incentive to get away from it. This was purely a moral choice. Now have the moral choice to, like, you should know this. Like, you're smart, you're sound for, like, fucking
and
what
I know
happened
that
to you.
a lot more needs to be done to even approach a life that I would think would be, like, acceptable. I am running ads on this video.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, you need, niggas gotta eat and you need money. And it's like, doing that whole virtue signaling thing. I don't know if y'all could hear me as well, but, like, dude, just run some more weed. I should get it just... Oh, fuck, I just slid on some dumb stuff. Dude, it's so fucking late. I hate my life. Well, take some Ritalin and some Xanax, some Molly, some yeah.
And any revenue generated from this video, I'm going to match and donate to an organization that, you know, would have been particularly
no one cares
affected
about
by
it.
the type of...
This is really, like, just you trying to make up to yourself. Like let's be honest, this you trying to get yourself at peace with this. This isn't about anybody else. It seems maybe you don't see it from that angle, but really like this is you trying to put yourself at peace with. Oh well, now I can feel better about myself because I put all that out. You like just taking the humiliation. You know it's gonna be humiliating to you, and you think you deserve that because you feel like you wrongfully humiliated other people. But dude, your friends still. Again, like you're not saying that you had a point. You just missed out on your whole. You defended that and you had good points. There's a reason why people agreed with you. You should take that seriously.
That I've been spewing on this channel. And again, this isn't the end of what I'm doing. This is just the start. I don't feel like a lot of this content represents me as a person, at least not anymore.
And so if you want to change, fine. But if you think you're like responsibility, which is very fair, yeah, like if this new position is stronger, it convinced you, that's what you should share. That's what everybody is waiting for, because everybody is disagreeing with you. You just reaffirming that like, yeah, they do disagree with you, as they were fucking already hammering you on. So they knew that they disagreed with you. Like, why did you make this video? You made another video. People were already criticizing you. You didn't have to, like, just so people know from now on. So this whole thing is broken down and this dies eventually. Like, what? Like, I don't see.
There was a time
this
where
is just
it
dumb.
probably perfectly represented me because I was a nasty.
Like, you're just going over, like, what my mind process was just like, come clean. That's not what you. Oh, for like accountability.
Insecure person. Now,
Like you're just at this point you're sort of just
now that I don't feel like it represents
like,
me, I want to distance
what's it
myself
called?
from it.
Yeah, you're just satisfying your own like fucking I guess culpability. Like you just wanna not have this on your conscience, I guess. That's not accountability isn't necessarily what feels relieving. This is like not supposed to be a relieving thing if like you fucking were so well, you should do whatever the right thing is, even if it's not gonna be fun. You don't want to do it. This is what you put yourself into when you admit all this and are saying you take responsibility
And keep it.
and with your friends you should. It's reasonable, and if that's the thing you'd be most responsible for, that's the obvious
From-
priority.
You know, indoctrinating more people.
If you're even gonna make a video on that.
I'd like to unlist the videos so that people, you know, can access them still for whatever, you know, purposes they might want to do that for. But it's
know,
not
make
being
clips.
proliferated on the web.
I would love to, like, in a million years when I fucking, like, have time and don't procrastinate and don't, like, forget about it, which probably won't make a best of so many people, including Idubbbz. He had good shit.
I feel like that's the
Hopefully
best.
whatever he goes to is, I mean, I don't think, again, like, when you hold people, like, you see them as kings because they really do represent a great cause, and they do it in a very charismatic and, like, appealing way, respectable way and shit. Like, it fucking sucks to see them, like, you get disappointed way easier, and that's just sort of an instinct. And I guess if you're a creator and you want to hold yourself to that responsibility, like, you should, but, I mean, yeah, I don't fucking hate either. I hate that he, like, is taking that. I think he should really reconsider. I think this is dumb. I think he hasn't really thought this through. Like, dude, this is just not a good approach. This is not a good response. This is not how you should approach this. You aren't, you're really not going at the right, angle with this. You're not targeting the right issues.
Solution, at least for the
on
time
this.
being. And for anyone who liked those videos, I you know, I want this video.
I know
to
he has good intentions, but there's just not productive in the way you might want it to be.
Be
It's
an example
dumb.
and a lesson for you. You know, you can like content, but you can also think that it's irresponsible and it's hurting other people. So
Ooh. Name oh, you said your content gods. Do you wanna name anything? Or do you think like some randomly here and there? Where did you wrongfully hurt people? That like you, who are you hurting? Who did what? You might want to quantify and elaborate on this. I did this to these people. I feel bad for this, and especially if you wanna apologize and take accountability. I see this guy do it maybe in a Twitter post. He fucking did it in some horse shit like that. Right, dude. Like maybe going to elaborate so you can take more responsibility and feel better about yourself, since that's probably the main direction of the video. I did this that I believe was wrong for that reason. That is morally irresponsible, at least by my new standards, since that's all I seem to want to care about. And because of this, I did this to these people. This was wrong because, in at least that it's sort of clear their name by your standards, and maybe you should put that. This is already I don't know. Maybe say you're gonna make another video.
just tap into that part
No
of your
clue,
brain
dude.
that's saying like, oh, okay, it's like it's probably not that important that this video stays online because truthfully, I've
Yeah,
seen
like
it-
all this is done, fucking nobody, unless they're really sad, and it just gives anybody a reason to either ignore them or like not take it seriously because it's a moron. Like if there's still people doing shit like that, no, there isn't, because like, dude, how old ago was all this? Like, drama dies fast, bro.
I've experienced the content, but it's done a lot of damage. We can just let it go.
Like,
I'm
well,
sorry
at this
to
point, I just realized, honestly, if he dedicated some segment to, oh, these people, the fucking guy who's now talking about God all the time, like the only guy who's still making videos, he's half senile talking about like spiritual, where I saw like 2 or 3 of his videos. It looks so sad. He's like talking in his car and stuff. Just like, yeah, that these people from Gator Poon, I don't know, they were sort of just having fun being epic, right? I don't know. I feel like if you include in this video that everybody is gonna meme you for and wants to fuck with you with, if you give them the chance. Yeah, if you say, these people, I feel bad for this guy now. Look what he did. Like, I feel bad for him. People probably now gonna fucking, just because the whole connotation of this video, boycott that by showing, yeah, this doesn't matter, so I'll do it because you don't want me to, gay boy. So
everyone that I made content cop videos
this song is
on,
not
I
that
still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine. But I can.
yeah, I'm glad he admitted
But
that right there.
it's done a lot of damage. We can just let it go. I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way.
Dude, it's like, that is where you, like, put yourself in when you decide to, have, be on the internet. It's like, when you choose to make a kid, you will have responsibilities, and you do. Like, dude, life isn't fair, but you gotta make the best out of it. And it's better to have that environment where people get to have a good, fun, good enjoyment. And those who shouldn't be here, if they don't have a peer, because most people enjoy getting to have an environment like that, where pretty much everybody likes this shit. It benefits them. It's a nice place to get to, like, just, like, zone out, not have all this, you can't say this shit, get to free their mind for a bit. these snowflakes shouldn't ruin that for everyone. And you countering that was good.
I particularly
Again.
want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should.
Dude, she literally apologized to you for having fucking reacted the way she did, because she recognizes that, well, you were right, and her not fucking acknowledging that you were right was wrong of her. And then she more or less thanked you for teaching her a valuable lesson that she thinks she completely deserved, and she didn't hold it. So yeah, this person who pretty much thanked you for teaching her a valuable lesson ended up agreeing with you, even though she had every incentive not to, especially with the audience she had already cultivated, and that guy interviewing who literally pretty much egging her on to go in that direction. Yeah, her moral compass, which she fucking had, the last person I could have imagined might, had some integrity. Why would she take that position? Why would so many people agree with you? This is common sense. A lot of that you didn't even bother, defending it, because everybody got that. And, you defended a lot. Again,
have never
what
made
in the
that
fuck?
video. I harassed
insane.
Tana in person and then harassed her online, and that's deplorable.
Harassed her you went to an event, you trolled her at an event, as if that doesn't just happen to be, you trolled her, you said a mean word, she made a huge fucking scandal about that, you just responded to it, you didn't harass her back, you didn't ask anybody to go and fuck with her, you made very over-the-table points, that's why that person would legit, threw a tantrum and got very humiliated by all that, when legit everybody around her was sort of egging her on to, stick to her original position. No, she had some moral agency, just had her conscience and realized, yeah, this is actually very over the table. And she pretty much thanked you for teaching her a valuable lesson that she thinks she deserves. And that she thinks she deserved. And, dude, she would disagree with her. You're apologizing to her. She would disagree and deny your apology, and probably call it out. No, I disagree with your apology.
It's so stupid. I'm also sorry to all the black viewers, and
they are not they do not fucking. Okay, they are not offended by that. They have no regret or ill. They don't care.
Groups who had to put up with that video and put up with
it. Who had to put up with that video, who was forced to watch it by who had to put up with fucking seeing all this YouTube stuff. I know a lot of people who didn't see that video. Your video didn't get over 7 billion fucking views. Because that's, how many people exist, fucking, dude, everybody who had to see that video, I don't know why I said that last thing, it was fucking beyond retarded, but, well, all the people who had to see your video, who, couldn't have, yeah, all the people who fucking exist, dude, how many people did you reach, huh? Most people fucking didn't see it, because, that is a choice. Some people chose to see it. Most of it, you received a lot of positive fucking feedback from all communities. Black people defend you, but a bit of fucking everyone. And the people who chose to see it, they chose to engage in it. So it's you'd imagine if they don't like it, they have a problem with it, they wouldn't want to spend a whole video virtue signaling about how this fucking and systemic racism to these types of people is objectively, that'd be a way bigger issue from how they see it, than this type of dumb shit. But they would bother responding to it. Clearly, dude,
the
I
phrase.
forget what the fuck I'm saying, but it is so obviously
is,
dumb.
I said either it's all okay or none of it's okay, and
Yeah,
that's
I'm
just so
glad.
dangerous and stupid.
How? The word bitch. I'm sure some people in really. I remember back when I was a little kid, some people were like, "Oh, you can't call a girl a bitch because that's like wrong." So sort of in the same tone that black people would then say, "Oh well, on me I can say that word. Your race can't," because that's like all that stuff. Like what your ancestors did to ours. Um, dude, that was something that was cancer. It was stupid, and it made no sense too because like those types of dumbass things tend to go be influenced in even more dumbass things, such as you can't call a girl a bitch. What is a bitch? Well, it's a prostitute, a female dog. So whatever would qualify as that would be female. Same thing with the hard R. Oh well, basically what you're saying when you say white people is especially wrong when they say the hard R. Oh, so you're saying that we should sort of mimic black people's lisp or something, like we should make fun of their lisp because if we don't, we're racist. The fuck? Like dumb arguments tend to just like fuel more dumbass arguments to fuel it on, and everybody notices that it's so obvious in so many ways. It's racist to not be racist and discriminate against the whole race and tell them, oh well, you might and should fear to be beaten up because it'd be justified if you did speak like we fucking speak, like for 5 seconds, because we tend to say that word a lot, and it's culturally acceptable for us to say it. All of that type of thing is poisonous. It'll only lead to more identity politics from both sides, more toxic behavior. It's just more cancer that will spread, and it's good to fight back against it because that stuff isn't serious. And when you like try to make a joke of those things, that's when you know that it's no longer an issue, and that's when you start moving towards, oh yeah, let's put that behind us. So all this racism stuff, when you start making jokes about it, that's about when it like that the atmosphere reaches the like consensus. Oh yeah, I guess now it's all like that's behind us now. There's no more. Yeah, this anti-Semitism. It's not really okay to make jokes until like it's gone. But when it's safe to put it behind us, there's no reason to put that aside. It's like, yeah, that's a good thing because it encourages the behavior of put all that like racism stuff, put it behind us. Now we can make jokes over it because it doesn't matter anymore. Like that's a good attitude to
I
push
have
forward.
made content that I am proud of.
Again, that's what your audience believes. That's what you owe to them. A rebuttal of that because you know damn well that's the position they would take because you've made those arguments and they were right. You know that they were strong. You know that they are convincing. You know that there's every reason for your viewers to still believe that because that's what they preached you for. And you had a strong audience for that. Not a white supremacy. People generally, Vsauce wanted to collaborate with you. This was a big hit for good reason. And people are going to stay agreeing with you just because you say, oh well, I feel it. That's not gonna change their
Over the
mind.
years,
The fuck are you
it hasn't
doing?
been as consistent as maybe I'd like it to have been, but there is a lot of content that I think had a net positive on the world, and I'm going to strive to continue on that trend. But again, I'm absolutely going to continue to make mistakes.
You're
but
being
I want the
edgy as a
mistakes to be-
positive influence on the world. Like holding people accountable to like being those who would ruin everybody else's like good like interaction with websites, like nice a nice time fucking trying to have fun online because the community is more accepting of them getting to say whatever they want to say and get to spill the beans, which helps people. Like all of that shit is just fucking good.
Continue on that trend. But again,
Let's see.
I'm absolutely going to continue to make mistakes, but I want the mistakes to be a lot smaller and a lot less serious.
Explain how these were mistakes. Age 50, maybe like, are you gonna go into that? Are you saying you're gonna?
I also want to give some clarity to the.
Right, and we're live.
Oh,
Welcome to the Google Ads Power Hour. I am your host, John.
Like, these
and I
are
also have the
such
other host,
obvious
Kate.
jokes. You never felt the need to elaborate on them, because those were jokes, and it sort of loses punch value if people start not understanding that they're jokes, and you'd imagine more people would have started calling you out saying like, those are jokes, I don't get it, and you would elaborate as you usually do, because if you elaborate, that adds to your punchline. You could add comedy into there. You're good at that. If you believe that should be the morally right thing to do, just add a curve. People legit thought, oh yeah, put in a disclaimer. I'm not trying to harass any of these people. Like, dude.
Post-fight speech that I gave. I mean, it wasn't a speech. It was
found another
phrase.
way
I was like,
you know, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I really do appreciate the support, and you know, thank you for coming.
That was addressing the people over
Dude, I thought he might be having a like quarter life crisis
that
for some reason.
I
for
neglected
some fucking
and
reason.
I left behind. You know, the people whose feelings I, you know, didn't take into consideration.
Like, I respect the guy, and like, now knowing that like he's got, I like him. I hate that he's gone towards that path, especially since clearly he thinks it's more. He's doubled down. He's smart enough to probably have predicted that this would only hurt him, but like, dude, yeah, I really want to poke fun at his fucking wife and shit, but like, I understand, like, him, he legit probably knew that he would get backlash, but like, he was the Idubbbz, I don't care, I think this is wrong, whatever, and he kicked him off, say, dude, I sorta wanna make fucking jokes about his wife now, but I guess I feel bad for Idubbbz for the like very wrong take, I think, is it. Like, I've definitely lost respect for like him to some degree, but I still care about him. I value him. I'm not sort of a bitch who's gonna like just a dickhead who's like, oh, I disagree with you. This is very disappointing. Fuck you now. I'm gonna get on. I mean, I feel bad for him. I hope people sort of like re-guide him. I saw Tavor, someone I fucking hate, but like, that fucking guy made a very decent video, I believe. Like, and Tavos, I think he's pretty big. You should see, maybe Tavos reached out to you. This is the problem with your money. You're going by a very bad logical circuit. People probably have pointed this out reasonably. You should listen to them. Because since you're saying accountability, this isn't only accountability to your fucking self-esteem improving after this. Your friends rely on you, right?
Was addressing the people over the years that I neglected and I left behind. You know, the people whose feelings I, you know, didn't take into consideration.
Feelings. Aw. Dude. Why has no one ever had a problem with that? Let's say,
those are the people who I was addressing as, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Anyone who thinks that I should be shouting the N-word from the rooftops, I don't want to be your cup of tea. Now I want to talk about
your cup of tea. Dude, this is valuable weed being wasted. I don't know how to roll. Alright, I think I sort of genuinely maybe somewhat get what the fuck this, yeah, fucking anyway. Been way too long, but whatever, it's so late now.
About events and situations that have happened over the past 5 years of my life that have
Like, people
led
just
me to
have this different perspective, and again, you just lack that being able to empathize with people who have the position that you used to hold and defend. People you indoctrinate who now really believe this. They don't have some... Like, you made some good points. The only productive way to go about this, debunk them.
place
Again,
I'm at now. One year I was at a convention and a bunch of fans were, wanting pictures, and this particular fan came up to me and said,
oh no, he was being edgy, just like you were Tanacon. You didn't have a
"You
problem.
probably don't like transgender people, but can I, get a picture?" That
What?
smacked me in the face. I was like, "Oh."
Ah. Rita, you should have just clarified and maybe made a video clarifying more of that. Then, right there. Like, the worst that does is sort of make your humor, I guess, a bit less, funny, because you sort of explained why your joke is a joke, and, like, that makes it... You could have risked that since you're listening to all this now. Like, again, that's their fucking prerogative. And if they think you hate trans people, it's like, you don't even make anti-trans jokes, but like, these people probably have seen your content. They should get that it's a joke. But again, that's their personal thing, but that should only inspire you to make video, like, immediately then. Maybe thinking about getting your thoughts together for how you're gonna make it. Making like some disclaimer video. Hey, by the way, just so I can clarify things. This is a joke. This is just to put the framing right. Explain my humor in this. No, this is joking. When I do this is the joke. In case you didn't get it, I just really want to make it clear. Just to, like, for anyone that I sort of feel guilty about, I guess, for like, this was a joke. These are jokes. I sort of make that sound. I guess I don't make it clear enough. I sort of feel bad for like not making it as clear as I thought I made it. Well, look, here I'm coming clean just to fix that mistake because I don't feel comfortable. Here's my position on trans rights, on gay rights, all that. I don't... Maybe you think that's a shitty video, but again, since now you're completely rejecting everything that you were respected for, and you're doubling down on it, knowing this is only gonna take you down a worse path, you're sort of accepting, yeah, I'm gonna give up my dignity to sort of fulfill, like, making myself feel better about myself. But if this is about accountability, like, who is it about? Like, making you feel at peace with yourself? Or... Again, you should know the only productive way to approach this.
Holy shit. Why would you think that? But I mean, it was fairly obvious. I was being cruel, hateful, bigoted, and being very uncaring about people's feelings. Holy shit. Why would you think that? But I mean, it was fairly obvious, and a bunch of fans were, wanting pictures. I know you probably don't like transgender people, but can I, get a picture?
That's just such a silly thing to say. And a lot of it, and I get why that would feel, but then, like, that's not most people, that's not the, and some people are gonna feel that way. Any joke you make as a comedian, some people might take that personally. Like, that's gonna be some people, and it sucks, but like, that's comedian, like, that's not you. Like, you don't owe, like, all of the people who are entertained by you, and you don't all owe to solve that entertainment for some fringe minority that it's sort of, like, I get feeling bad, feeling like, oh shit, like, I misunderstanding. Those happen. And it's like, you're just making jokes. At the end of the day, remember that it's a joke. People and encourage people just remind them of the mindset that this is all based on. These are jokes. I'm trying to encourage, like, not taking everything personally, because that just leads to toxicity and division and people just going more to hating one another, since that's the message I'm trying to obviously try to say good message. Try to be kinder towards one another, not spread toxicity that's unhealthy and that's like, yeah, try to just have fun, do whatever's going to be best for everyone. And sometimes it's getting to poke fun
That
at one
smacked
another.
me in the face. I was like, oh, holy shit.
I sort of get that, but like, again, you should analyze this. Maybe just elaborate your thought of what could I know the type of humor I have. What type of shit could people possibly likely interpret as being offensive? Like, submit like all this shit. Since I care so much, this smacked me in the face. I guess I'll try to submit like all this shit. I might get admins to filter out the trolls and get maybe taunts. I have a lot of people. I could hire some people to do this if I consider it's such a big thing. I eventually sort of gave up my reputation for it and doubled down. I was willing to get some people and like ask your followers to just submit some forms. So what are some stuff that I think either might have like offended some people that I might have taken a problem with, or see why others might take a problem with that, and like him just seeing what might be right and saying, hey, I need to clarify my position when I make those jokes, because the problem isn't making those jokes. It's like those jokes, it should become normalized to see them as jokes, because people are going to be appealed towards wanting to do that, because anytime you like have a bunch of people saying you shouldn't say that, and the reasoning behind it is nonsense, because it's just a word, who cares? And when people tell you not to do it, you'll want to do it. That's why cursors, again, that whole thing. But like, you're not gonna make that go away by just virtue signaling over it and making such a big deal over it. Like, again, it's not that big of a deal. You used to say that. Why is it wrong? Other people agreed with you. Like, you should see that they still agree with what you used to think. If you want to change their mind, dude, by all means, you have this new superior position. Just like juxtapose them.
Why would you think that? But I mean, it was fairly obvious.
The only productive thing to do.
Cruel, hateful, bigoted, and
Who
being very
cares?
uncaring
Online.
about people's feelings. That is a very fair assessment to make. I was giving this person bad vibes, and I think I've given a lot of people extremely bad vibes. Another event that was very...
Well, too bad for them. And again, the whole thing is, you had that perspective, you could empathize with that. You get, okay, it's alright if you sort of feel personally that way, but like, if you're gonna make that, you could apologize to them. This is not the right way. This is dumb.
Important for me to experience was I went on a boxing podcast. I was basically like
people were agreeing with you because it was right. There was nothing wrong with it.
To walk back.
There's something wrong with white supremacy. This wasn't white supremacy. That's why Nick Fuentes gets shut down. Believe me, he's sort of funny and like the jokes on him type thing. When usually you will do it's the opposite. Until like recently, I guess, a bit, but...
My Tana content cop. You know, I was still very like insecure and uncomfortable with the fact that I made that video. And, but I was still coping. You'll see me struggle in this clip to, you know, say that it was wrong.
So I just wanted to let you talk on that, right? Because obviously using the N-word is definitely frowned upon by a lot of people, especially by a non-African American. But I was just...
knew that too. And oh yeah, it's frowned upon by a lot of people. Well, back in the day, it was for blacks to drink from certain water fountains, and now it's the opposite. And that's retarded. Most people agree with you that, well, yeah, if racism is wrong, then racism is wrong, because it logically follows that if this is right, then, well, what I just said is true because I just said it is. So, but like the fuck, how else do you, it is my brain?
Just curious.
That was a
like continuing to
very
deteriorate.
weird video because I wanted to like criticize her for her like sort of flagrant use of it. I've been pretty flagrant about it too, not in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was a message to be shared there, and I don't think it was particularly. It was okay in criticizing her, but I think it like I probably wasn't the person to deliver the message, if that makes sense. There was a message that I was trying to put out there, and like I'm not really the person to put out that message. I don't regret making the video. I think you know there's
yeah. So where the message comes from does not validate or invalidate the like the strength of the like yeah, the validation of set arguments that you might have made, since we're going off of arguments.
Bits and pieces to take from it
appeal
that I think are valuable.
Like authority.
Hey guys, I'm Scott Johnson from Digital Shovel. Today I'm going to be showing you our M300 mini pod here at our facility.
Since we're going off of take things seriously now.
You know, I probably wouldn't make it these days.
I'm very grateful to those guys and how they broached the subject because, you know, it didn't put me on the defensive. It just made me realize, like, I'm stupid. I'm stupid, and I really need to like acknowledge these things. Like what am I doing? I'm still trying to make excuses.
No, a lot
for myself.
of people were really flattered and agreed with you, and you notice how I don't know your stuff didn't attract a lot of white supremacists. In fact, transgendered people liked your content, and they didn't feel like. Do you know that a lot of transgendered people who might like really be attached to and care about Tucker Carlson with what he's probably not. Dude, the people who were Vsauce, I don't know, white supremacists, someone who would associate with people with like this was well understood. This is not a big deal. This has never been a big deal. That's why you were very mature, very smart to make those. Dude, you should understand that this, unless you became stupid, did your wife sneak out of you? I'm just fucking kidding, but Jesus.
And
Christ.
like, you know, why I made that video. It's like, it was a dumb idea. I harassed someone. I was saying slurs and I was trying to justify it.
You harass people fucking online. XD. Fucking. Dude. You never even mentioned on it because you knew everybody will do it. Who cares? I don't even need to mention that.
A very big thing that has sort of altered my view on all of this is just the amount of hate and harassment my wife Anissa has received over the years. She's had.
That's because like your audience, some of them went towards dumb shit, but like, dude, a lot of dumbasses, especially when you have a big community, they like some cool things, some good movements tend to be identified with some really dumbass movements that people tend to go towards, but some have a good message that just aren't aligned because political fucking parties exist, and there are some like things that will be good in some political party that like people strongly also identify with that position if they tend to identify with someone. So like you attract some fucking incel retards who you like, dude, you've always shown, like, I don't know, with Sam Hyde, your mask, your your video on the mask, the anti-vax freaks, you've always shown, yeah, you're not really into that dumb shit, into that, rabbit hole. You've shown that pretty damn clearly. Dude, the Xanax is so fucking strong by now. Like, dude, you holy shit, I took 2 balls. But, dude, this has always been really clear to everybody.
I had to deal with it from the beginning of our relationship, and I have done a horrible job.
Like, this isn't your fault. Like, you have a big channel. Some people will do that when they think, oh, you shouldn't, because this isn't your fault. This is meant to do with you never promoted the red pill cringe bullshit that is bad, you would always have denounced it. You did a good job consistently, like, hammering out the wrong stuff and the good things. Like, you get to say whatever you want. It's a joke. Take it lightly. Otherwise, you shouldn't be online. It's a joke. Get it? Like, you're in the wrong atmosphere, buddy. You're not mature enough. You shouldn't be here. You're ruining the fun for everyone else. That was a good message, and you defended it, so you know it was a good message. People agreed with you. People don't agree with white supremacists. They don't get, like, good public images. People who are respectable, clearly not racist, they would associate with you. Actually, the, like, biggest libtard, like, dude, he still associated with you long before you started doing all this shit. Like, just like going back on all this shit, dude.
At acknowledging,
like, you didn't attract a white supremacist or homophobic type fan base for pretty much the most part, dude. Fucking PewDiePie, apparently a white supremacist, like Nazi, whatever, in like Australia. Shut up, dude. PewDiePie was, there must have been a big oh shit to him, but was that PewDiePie's fault? Was his content sort of engaging that shit? Was his audience like a lot of white supremacists? Because he made some racist, some fucking anti-Semitic jokes. Who cares? Those were jokes. The whole community agreed with them. People who, these weren't white supremacists or like extremists in those hateful, bigoted type like spectrums that are attracted to that. It's common sense normies who just think this whole dumb shit of making everything an issue, that all the non-issues, making that a non-issue tempts us to want to do it because it's funny that people make it such an issue, and that only escalates. Like, dude, you made a strong case against this. You know that you have to
and her
debunk
feelings
it.
for it. A lot of the time, I just
forgetting
thought
myself,
that was her problem, or that was other people's problem. Like, it's not my problem that you're getting hate and harassment. And it's like, no, it absolutely is. You know, that's the culture that I cultivated, and I, didn't do anything
No,
to
they just want to hack.
change
Like,
that.
do you think
over the
PewDiePie did that? That's what. No, he just had a big audience, and some people are like, especially when you go with some controversial thing that's very fair, and that's why you had such a big audience, because that was a very fair point, and very few people would tackle it. Like, and you did it in a good way that, like, people couldn't really show you down. It made sense. Like, dude, all this shit,
my problem that you're getting hate and harassment. And it's like, no, it absolutely is. That's the culture.
PewDiePie just has a huge amount of subscribers. Some people are gonna do that. You do too. Edginess tends to come with some
that I cultivated.
Like, what do you expect? You're smarter than
didn't
this.
Do anything to.
And people have criticized
that.
you. Probably made similar and better points. Dude, there was so much criticism in this, and people have brought this up to you, and it's good faith. It's not even toxic. Some people are giving you some very good. You should be open to that. You can't just abandon every like moral stance you've had and just be like, oh yeah, not really anymore. I guess I don't care.
Over the years it's changed a little bit, but I don't think I've still fully acknowledged how responsible I am for the amount
Good
of.
for you. Venting to a bunch of people who just disagree with you, and fucking nothing new. It's like the rice gun thing where he milked his. It's like makes you feel better about yourself. Like,
harassment.
This
that
isn't
Anissa has
accountability.
Had to deal with. And this year I decided to
Extended.
speak more candidly and be more open about who I am as a person, and to speak on my life a little bit more. And I did that on Anthony Padilla's podcast. These are the people that I'm attracting. These are the people that I'm entertaining. Like, I need to reevaluate things. They're relating and enjoying
you
this
misunderstand that, but you used to be in the issues.
content for a reason. And
then you're blaming them. The
that's
guy
not
who
maybe the same reason that
went
I'm
with Sam Harmon.
trying to make. I had a very Wild West mentality when it came to online behavior. Like, People are going to do what they want to do. People are going to say what they want to say. And I can pretty much do the same because it's the internet. But I think you have to be a lot more responsible. If you guys are at all interested in how I've arrived here, that video gives, you know, a good bit of context and talks about some of my life a little bit.
It was boring.
There is a clip from this interview that's been floating around the internet, and it's me calling my fans antisocial and basement dwellers, and I was like, I didn't like, you know, interacting with my fans.
You're gonna apologize for having offended anybody. Dude.
I just want to be clear, like, that was my realization. I think a lot of people are like, of course that happened, is because you were creating that culture and you were attracting those people. And it's like, yes, I know. I know now. I didn't know before. It was my realization upon, you know, meeting more and more fans that I was like, oh,
dude,
shit.
no, you weren't attracting white supporters. Some people, some very weird people, that are loud minority. You're a big YouTuber, that happens. Leafius had some people who fucking cut his name and his channel name into their arms and legs because they cared about him so much. Like, does that mean you should stop being a celebrity because people look up to him so much that they cause that type of video? No, that's personal. Like, of course, that makes you feel bad that people, like. Bro,
you guys are
struggling. Most people don't. Who's going to? And again, people with smart have a big deal. Legit made shows like Minefield, multiple very successful episodes, took it so seriously. With YouTube, collaborated with YouTube and said at some point, yeah, we can't keep this going, even though we'd really like to, because YouTube is standards. Vsauce collaborated with you multiple times. All 3 Vsauce channels did. Dude, that's the type of people you attracted. Like probably Veritasium, did you ever... those were the types of people you attracted. Sam Hyde, you found him. You went to him. So you did that. You did that on purpose, where you just trying to take shots at him, but you knew he would, like, was that a dumb move you made?
It was easy for me to identify.
Like, I'm sorry, I care about you. I hate that this is happening to you. I really think you're taking a bad route. I think you're being really stupid here and naive. I sort of blame you, but, like, shit, dude, I'm disappointed, but I wish you the best.
They were outside of my body. But the antisocial basement-dwelling incel that was inside here...
Wait, you were an incel? Didn't you have a wife? What?
I couldn't acknowledge.
Yeah, I doubt you would.
That I couldn't recognize that. So I needed.
No, it seems like you must have always been a social
to be held up to me. In closing, I want to say that I have always thought.
Yes, this is how you think now. You've become way less good at communicating and getting your thoughts through to people. I know how that happened. Like, you're just, I don't know, disappointed.
I was an empathetic person because I thought, well, I get angry, I get sad. Of course, I got empathy.
You
Seems
think you're
easy, right? Empathy. I definitely have that. There were moments where, like, a dog would die in a film, and I'd cry. So it's like, of course, I have empathy.
Woohoo!
Dude,
what's going on, guys?
This is what's sort and dance to your body, okay? Oh, like the average YouTube ad would probably be something like this. This is why you eat red meat, because veganism does this too.
But I never did.
Like,
I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability, empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you were, like, going after these Kickstarter crowd projects. You were, like, legit stressing so much on the aspect of how they're taking advantage of stupid people, and like a lot of them, they're just memeing around on the same type of shit you do, but you were stressing on the you're stealing these people's money. This is wrong. You were really hammering them on that. You had them all compass.
It sounds
and
really
you defended what you
pathetic
did.
to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy, but I have. And I've realized it.
You were really nice with your friends, pretty much all of your friends, apparently said you were really nice.
Because
and especially off camera.
I just like can't help myself.
So I doubt this.
Like feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect.
You just didn't give a shit about what you then realized was retarded to give a shit about for reasons that you seem to have forgotten that you used to have, because now you have some better reasons apparently that you forgot about.
I think that is my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up potentially.
No one
but it's
cares
at least
about
there.
This. We already knew this.
I just want you guys to know that you can unlock ability empathy if you
about how gay you
experience more life. It might take you getting hurt a little bit, but it's worth it. It is so worth it.
You're not trying to go down that path, and you're not directing us.
So thank you for watching, everyone. I do want to create more regular
you're boiling
content.
Up more of this. We're gonna go after you for this thing.
And
if anything,
I don't want to just have the next 5 videos be apologies. So I have uploaded a squirrel video on my second channel.
Yeah, and nobody would watch or take anything positive what you would consider positive from them.
If you want to watch that. I guess as one final thing, I just want to thank
what you said, but don't want to
everyone who's given me the space and the compassion to grow as a person, because it's taken long.
No, we just disagree with you, and we want you to realize where we disagree with you, and what those people who are saying that sort of demand from you, and think you owe them.
Should have. I appreciate everyone.
The criticism they think you're missing on them. You're not hearing them out.
Most importantly, I appreciate my wife, Anissa.
And people have worded this well, the genuine, over-the-table, very fair criticisms. People who you should probably have heard of.
She has been insanely compassionate and helpful and patient in allowing me to grow over the years, and has legitimately encouraged me to be a better person. Not a better person in just like the Idubbbz becoming woke kind of way. She was the one who said that I should try this boxing thing. I would have never done that on my own because I was insecure and I was pathetic. I did this and I'm so
but now, then you're hurting people. You're maybe peer pressuring people into hurting one of your boxing could be fucking you're doing that pussy type shit. There's just keep asking. You're fucking indoctrinating people into maybe the culture of fighting, which could hurt them, bro. So more than online insults that could or they'll be insecure about the fact that they're relevant and you now think they're garbage, and they probably won't get to be on those boxing rings because they're relevant, because they're your viewers, not your collaborators.
And I did. It's been amazing. So Anissa, I love you. You're amazing. Right now you're streaming, but bon voyage, toodles.
Johnson, why are you naked?
This was AIDS on many levels, including the fact that my sleep schedule's now fucked, and fuck this very much. All the comments that I didn't get that are new. And, okay.